The
like
Doctor Strange
somewhere in this world,
Like a displacement.
it, homebrew it.
They have a displacement cape of some kind, but
The displacement cape of walking.
that one just makes it so that when you walk and somebody tries to attack you, there's a higher chance or disadvantage when they try and do it.
That's pretty cool
It's
too.
one that Vax uses all the time.
Yeah, honestly, the inspiration for my character is drunk Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Hello. Hi, Reese.
Hi.
Kind of quiet.
Hello. Hey, Reese.
Heyo.
Heyo.
How's it sound?
Cheers.
I might need to turn it up. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you guys hear me?
You're a little quiet. We're going to turn you up, though.
One moment.
Turn up the beat.
Sounds good.
Put the needle on the record.
Let's break it
It's
down.
gonna be strong.
Okay, go ahead and try again.
Lucio.
What about now?
There, that's better. That's much better.
Nasty. It's potent.
All right. So, hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're actually doing a late game tonight, aren't we? That's the plan?
Quest.
Yes.
Aven's Quest.
If anybody tries to leave before 2 o'clock,
Question.
Before level 4.
that's right.
That's what it is, right?
I'm locking the doors.
Since it's a long quest, I foresee a lot of character development.
Yes,
And
of course.
I may fall asleep. I apologize in advance.
That's a form of character development. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll roll for you.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I trust
You
you.
guys might find out why I'm called Thornock Garglemouth.
I just only picture bad things when you say that.
I love that somebody will finally ask him that and it'll just be, my parents named me. Like it's some big thing for half-orc society.
I'm just excited for the first F words from Reese tonight. Because he goes, F words.
Oh, that's right. I was like, Mike, you really want that?
So
I just think it's funny Reese said it.
before we begin, Preston, how much money did you raise for charity?
We got $569. I didn't raise that one up.
Well, I mean, everybody raised money, and Preston got to put on a squirrel suit and
Fall
fall down the stairs. It was a good 24-hour stream. Congratulations.
It wasn't quite 24 hours. I was about 4 hours short due to the falling down the stairs. So
No,
I just went to bed.
Hey, you did a good job.
just at the bottom of the stairs. That's where you went to bed, just like.
I actually thought that he did go to sleep.
Yeah.
They come up to like, you think you went to bed?
Well, the game started, and it takes a couple minutes to load, and then there's like about a minute before the action actually starts, and he still wasn't there, and I was like,
I had a cup when I was at the top of the
wonder
stairs.
if
I don't
you
know
fell
if I
asleep.
went by the bottom of the stairs.
And after if you've got one of your teammates that's inactive for the first, is it 2 minutes of the game?
There's a surrender.
After 2 minutes, you can surrender and just restart the game. And so everybody just surrendered, and the other guy that we were playing with, I didn't know him. We were just kind of sitting there on Discord going,
Nemo.
do you think he went to sleep, or we'll give him a couple minutes, and
Oh, I
he
just
kind of comes hobbling in. Sorry, I fell down the stairs.
Don't worry about me, I'm good. I sat down, it was fine, and then about 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh, my leg is killing me. Like, holy crap.
I think my leg is broken, but I'll try the other one. Ah!
Go better, though.
All right, so
Did we decide on a party name yet?
No.
the party
The party.
has been descending into. No, you're fine. Yeah,
I know your hosting skills. So I was trying to give you a thing.
we'll just call it the party for now.
Okay.
The party of mildly inconvenienced adventurers.
They could be the Questies.
The questies.
Questies for life.
Bestie questies.
Bestie Questies.
Lort, L-O-R-T. No.
So the adventurers were still continuing to explore this cave system at the back of what used to be the Cult of the Dragons camp. And they had discovered a few rooms, they fought some troglodytes, they fought a cave full of bats and a cave full of kobolds at the same time.
And mosquitoes.
You're welcome.
Bats and like bat mosquitoes, yeah.
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes.
Sounds like a good drink for Accio.
And they...
Next time we see a bunch of bats up on the wall, just thunder wave them from the get-go, so we don't have a
But my luck, I'd do that, and then all these stalactites just.
They were hiding a bunch of stalactites.
Son of a! Come on!
And then they made their way up into what appeared to be a kobold barracks and slaughtered the kobolds inside and decided that that was a nice place to take a rest afterwards. They're going to be spending the night.
Right next to the corpses.
So the first thing, I already had everybody take away a thing of rations, so it all comes down to watch order again. Who is taking first watch?
I'll
second
take
watch?
first watch.
Okay. Hakio's going to take first watch here.
How long? Just an hour each, or do we want to go?
I only need 4 hours.
So let's do an hour, then
Yeah.
Ari will take 4.
Okay. So, Akio, your watch begins. Everybody else kind of settles in for a nice nap. Yes, you're going to be rolling me a perception check.
Okay. Wait a minute, where's my... The rolls are great. That's a 5 plus negative. It's 6 plus negative.
Oh.
1. So it's a plus.
6 plus -1.
I'm very drunk at this moment,
Also
so
known as
I can't see.
also known as 6 minus 1.
6 minus 1. Or in math, 6 plus parentheses minus 1.
All right. So you kind of take a few drinks,
No, I'm sorry.
kind of blink, look through the cave. You realize that everybody else has turned the lights out, and you don't see dark vision like everybody else does. Makes it a little difficult, but you're not going to say anything. You're too polite right now. You're in that polite drunk phase.
Everybody's my best friend now.
But your hour passes without any apparent issues,
Okay, I'm gonna.
at least
go
as
wake
far
up
as you
and
can
go,
see.
Is it me? Do you know it's me?
There's 2 of you, but one of you wake up.
Yes, yes.
Brom.
Yes, Brom.
It's my turn to sleep. I'm very tired.
Rightly so, rightly so. Get yourself some rest.
Can you see in the dark? Because
I can.
I cannot.
Good point.
Good night.
Good point. Good night.
And I just
Akio
fell asleep,
turns in.
basically standing.
And now this
Standing.
particular place we're in, there's one entrance.
Yes, there's 2 entrances that lead into one entrance, basically.
So I'm,
That's
I'm
right.
gonna,
There's a
I'm
left
gonna just
and a
get to that vantage point where I've got my back up against that wall and I'm watching
So-
down there, but not.
We came in from here, right?
You actually came in from here. These are the steps leading down to this room.
Right.
Yeah. So technically, if we were to connect them,
Got
it
it.
would be something like this.
Got it.
And this was where the spike pit was, and these were where the guard drakes were.
That's
That's
right.
where I almost died.
Yes, this is where we almost got a new.
Where I was going 1v7 for
Yep.
a while.
Reese, is that showing up okay for you?
Yeah, it's doing good.
Okay, perfect. So I just want to position myself where I can kind of see what's going on, but I want to be like trying as best I can. If there's a place I can get 3/4 cover, I just want to just kind of chill and.
So you could probably go right about here, but you're gonna have a worse vantage point for the stairs leading down.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll do that, and I'll just be listening to try and see what's going on.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
It's like nail polish remover. Just smell it. Just smell it.
All right, so that's 11 plus
Smells like
perception
NyQuil.
plus 0.
Governor NyQuil.
11.
Governor NyQuil. 11.
Why
Okay.
are you drinking Governor Nichols?
That is not good.
So
Anybody want
It
to
tastes
try?
like fingernail polish remover.
Anyone want to try Akio's special drink? It's pretty
I
good.
think I would like to have a try.
It's actually pretty nasty,
Is
so be prepared. I'm not joking.
It's
Take
like,
the lid
uh,
off of your Coke so you can swig this down.
It honestly just tastes like NyQuil.
I accidentally
Oh.
ran out of this.
So what did you say your perception was one more time?
11.
11.
I'm serious.
So you hear some scrabblings
Grody.
down this path. Just some kind
Where we
of
came.
yeah.
Okay.
No, the other way.
Sorry.
Mhm, Yep. Yep.
Do you feel,
That one drink and
do you
you're.
feel like a dragon?
I don't feel a fire, but
Just wait, it'll go right into your stomach. I'm going
my
once
inside.
your stomach's warm, you're about halfway there. Then just keep drinking.
But your shift passes without incident.
Excellent. Excellent. So
Who's next? Who are you
I'm
waking?
going to go over and I'm going to think about. I'm trying to decide if I want to wake up Lunira or if I want to wake up, Thornok.
Okay.
I'm snoring loudly.
And I'm trying to think because I'm trying to get on his good graces, and then I think, okay, well, all right, I'm just gonna go with Lunera. Hopefully she like wakes up gracefully.
Whatever,
And
Thornok.
excuse me, Lunera, it's your walk.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh.
I kind of don't like my sleep to be disturbed.
I woke up because of the shouting.
It's your,
Okay.
Pipe it down!
It's your.
More bats.
Pipe it down!
More bats screeching in the distance.
So,
Sorry.
Perfect.
are you going for the same 3/4 cover thing as Brahm was, or are you just going to stand out in the open?
Brom, where were you standing?
We're standing.
I'm standing right here.
Right by the corner, so I could look over, but it's not much for vantage point. I don't have that many.
I'm like pretty drunk at this point, and I try to grab Brom thinking he's like a teddy bear. Come here, come here.
Put you guys right next to each other.
I'll see you in the morning.
And I will stand in his place where he was.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okie dokie. Perception. 15?
15. Okay.
My goal is to take Accio from drunk to sober hero. It's gonna be it's a long stretch to go.
It's a 12-step process.
We haven't even started step 1 yet. We gotta kill the dragon queen.
Maybe you should do one step.
That's the first step. Kill the Dragon Queen.
Will the drag queen. 11 quests to go.
Dragon Queen, not Drag Queen. Very different. Yeah.
Did I say drag queen?
Tiamat the Drag Queen.
Impressive.
Fan art. Fan art opportunities to somebody.
Yes.
Please draw Tiamat the Drag Queen.
Oh my god. Yes.
Better fashion
Send that
sense.
to this fuzzy squirrel.
Not as formidable an opponent.
Yep.
It's a little
So your shift passes by without incident. And then I assume Thornok is the next to be woken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, Thornok. Thornok,
Jeez.
it's your turn. You gotta keep watch. Okay?
So I wake up
Mm-hmm.
and I stand right out in the open.
Of course.
Okay, good night, buddy.
And then you roll me a perception check.
Gordon?
It's a 15.
15.
Oh, I lied. 16.
Whoa.
I can do that too, you know. I lied. 21.
I swear I heard a reroll in there.
Let's see here.
He's like, a 1. Check. I mean, 16.
He's getting out the monster manual.
Oh, crap.
Let's see.
The monster mash. The monster mash.
Did you happen
So you see, as you're going through your watch about halfway through, you see a single kobold poke his head around the corner from the stairs that you guys came from. And he sees you and he kind of ducks his head back really quick, hoping that you didn't notice him.
Can I catch him? Because I want to murder him.
I mean, yeah, you can use your movement to go up to him.
I do that.
Okay. So you move around to this corner here, and
trap?
as you come around the corner, he is already turning and running. But you can go ahead and roll me an attack or a grapple if you want.
Heck yeah. Go with that dice.
I'm going to do a grapple.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Grapile.
It's a 9.
So 9. That will not hit. So you lunge for him, and you actually do manage to grab his tail, and you struggle with him for a moment, and then the tail pops off, and he goes tumbling down the stairs a few steps, and then just starts running down the stairs, going.
Like when
That better wake everyone else up.
does he run like the Christmas lizards that run across the water?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I would say. What's everybody's passive perception?
14.
Where is passive perception, by the way?
It's right
Up
below
top.
yours.
Up top, yours is a 9. All the way up.
Oh, yes, 9. She knows.
No, 10. I'm sorry, not 11.
Oh. 11.
Yep, it does actually. Everybody wakes up to the sound of.
Say what happened? What was that?
There was a little thing. Tried to kill it. Ran.
What's in your hand?
You are still holding a cobalt tail.
Excuse me, Akio.
I'm not sure. Do you want it?
Can you let go of me, please?
Oh,
Quite uncomfortable.
sorry, bud.
Thank you.
I just set you down.
Thank you.
I used to have a teddy bear about your size when I was 5 or 6. I apologize.
That's a big teddy bear.
We're still friends, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry. And then I give you a noogie.
A friendly
You're not
noogie.
my
A friendly
friend.
noogie.
My dear
I
friend,
say,
you're not helping yourself.
Well, I don't suppose there's any use chasing it now. I think the rest of us probably need some more rest before we get into any more fights. If they're gonna come, they'll come. There's not much we can do about it.
Are we sure resting is the good idea still? I mean,
They're
especially
just
if they're,
kobolds.
We could
the
double the guard
kobold
if
could
anyone-
bring a bigger ally.
True. We could double the guard
Should
if
we-
someone doesn't need to sleep, but those who do still need. Like I don't have any spells.
I'll take the last shift and I can watch for the last 4 hours, and I've got a really high perception. I think we'll be okay.
Well, how long was each of our shifts?
It was about an hour for each of your guys' shifts so far.
So you've only slept like 3 hours.
3.5. Yep. But again, you've been resting throughout the day as well, and then you're going to be taking the last couple hours for the long rest to be completed.
Unless, out of character, you guys don't need a long rest, but I'm assuming you need to recover spells and hit points and
I
stuff.
think I already did the long rest from the last time we played, so I need to do it.
Yeah.
Because we only had a short rest, and you were almost dead.
Yeah, I committed to it already,
Yep.
so we
I
should probably do
basically
it.
just erased all of the hit points.
Hit points
So
that you
I'm
lost.
at 28.
So you're full.
But
Yeah,
I'm
so
just at full because
let's finish it.
Thornock, what do you do with the cobalt tail?
Eat it.
I'm gonna
don't encourage him.
smell it.
Okay.
Oh,
Smells alright.
I'm gonna see what it tastes like a little bit. Small bit.
What is that?
And then I'm gonna throw it at Akio's face.
And I can't see
It tastes like cold, tough meat. And then you turn around and you fling it at Akio's face. Do you even notice? Or do you pass out drunk?
I noticed, but just no.
plus he can't see
just-
in the dark.
He just clutches it and curls up with it. Ah, my teddy bear.
And I'm gonna.
Thordunk, one day we will be friends, but it is not this day when I fall asleep.
And then the rest of your shift passes by without any incident. So you can sleep, and Ari, she can take the final shift.
I'd like to just kind of pace around during my shift and maybe look for traps or hidden passages.
Are you moving outside of the barracks?
No, I'm
Okay.
staying within the...
Alright. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
18.
18. Okay, let's see here.
Wait, that might have been a 16. Hold on. Where'd perception go? No, it was a 17.
Split the difference.
So you are moving through. You find another couple copper pieces that you guys overlooked before. You're just kind of looking for anything. There doesn't appear to be any secret passages. And at one point, you are walking past the main entrance, and you hear more noises from the steps below.
Okay.
And you can hear what seems like it sounds like somebody's chipping away at stone down there.
Okay, let me stealth
Okay.
and kind of try and creep around and see if I can get a little bit closer and take a look.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
I hold
24.
24.
in draconic.
I wonder what draconic Snow White would look like.
But instead of whistling,
So
it's
you go halfway down the stairs and you kind of creep around the corner You're calling upon your monk powers to kind of shelter you and shield you. It's kind of creating it's taking the shadows around you and it's just kind of warping them to your will. And you kind of look around the corner and you see there are 5 winged kobolds there. 2 of them are busy putting pittons in the wall, and they appear to be pulling up some rocks and attaching them to strings. Okay. And there's 2 guard kobolds that are just kind of like on lookout, and one of them is like looking up the stairs and everything, and at one point he stares right at you and then just like moves on another direction, and they don't seem to. They
have those creepy eyelids, so he looks at him and it's like one eyelid goes.
Yeah. Yes, these particular kobolds look like chameleons. Yep, it's Rango.
Rango.
I can't kill them now. They're cute.
But they
Their
finish.
eyes like.
One can, but. It's like a party trick that he does. Yeah, it's like yeah.
Hey.
Ah, that's gross, Brimble Snatch. Come on.
Brimble Snatch. I'm typing that up.
Okay.
Hold on. Where's my notes?
And then they finish up their little rock trap, and they cover it really well. Like if you're like, that'd be kind of difficult for me to see if I was looking for traps. Yeah. And it's just got like one single tripwire halfway down the stairs, and then once they're done, they all just kind of hop over it and run off.
Okay.
There we go. Brimble Snatch Kobold.
I'll kind of go back to
The party. The party.
I look at that trap and go, sweet, free XP. I'm gonna leave it. Meta gaming.
And then I fall back asleep. Wait, did I metagame the metagame?
It's like 16 walls.
And then I sleep again.
This is like Inception and we're sleeping.
Yeah. Okay, I just kind of keep my eye down the passage that way and
Okay.
just
The rest of the
stand
night
and watch.
passes by without any incident.
Okay.
Yep.
Pick everybody up and say, I saw some other kobolds down the passageway here. It looks like they were setting a trap. I'll be sure to do it before we continue.
Good morning.
Just make sure Akio does not go first.
I can't see except for this bottle.
They also put a Thomas the Tank Engine at the top of the stairs, just in case.
Shots fired! They're going down.
Nobody trip.
They're going down.
All right.
I'm
So while everybody
That's Aki brushing his teeth. It's just like taking a swig,
while everybody's kind of
prepping their spells,
Yes.
and warming up.
My spells are prepped and brushed teeth.
I'll go disable that trap if
Okay.
I can.
All right, so you're gonna go ahead and head down.
Sure,
you get to that
take your
tripwire,
Right.
and go ahead and roll me a check.
Do I get any kind of like advantage or anything? 22. Sorry.
Yeah, you would get advantage if you didn't have to worry about it, or if you had to worry about it, because you did actually see them put up the trap. So you're able to get it. So like you kind of step over the tripwire and you find the actual rope that's holding the boulder, and you just slowly like pull them down,
Right.
And once they're at the bottom, it's just the trap's disabled. So
Cool.
Yep.
Good eye.
Okay.
Wait, did I see any of that happen?
Of course not.
How dark is it in here right now?
You've had
It's-
vision.
Is there
Does
any
anybody
ambient light?
have any light on them? Because there's no ambient light.
Yeah. It's
So it's pitch black. So I just hear.
I
The boulders
suppose
hit
I
the
could do my thaumaturgy thingamabobber and just
Light.
glow.
You just start
I'm
glowing.
just gonna glow. No.
Thanks, Lunar.
I am the light.
I have the light. Even though I should
Okay.
be the dark.
Okay. So you head back up. You'll get 50 XP for that, but we'll calculate that at the end.
Okay.
Um,
All right. Shall we continue?
Shout.
Yeah.
That's we shout.
As we're
I'd
walking,
like to kill those kobolds that laid that trap, and I know that Thordonk would like to as well.
Are those pittons like embedded? Can we get them out?
they're embedded about 15 feet up.
I can't reach them.
Somebody can throw you?
Sad.
I think I got it.
toss me.
Nah, it's
So are you
Are we
heading?
walking?
Are you heading back down
No.
after the kobolds?
I think we continue on the in the unexplored.
Yeah, we need to go to the unexplored.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna ignore you're gonna ignore those kobolds for now, and you're all gonna head off this way.
Yes.
While we're walking, I ask Lunera, because I genuinely am curious. Like, where are you from? Are you like from hell?
I'm gonna be looking for traps and
I just
things
wanna
as we
know.
go.
Okay.
What is it? The 9 planes? Is
The
that?
9 hells.
I'm from one of the 9 hells.
Which hell? Which 9 planes?
They're only 9.
The plane that's above the Tiamat, or below Tiamat, actually.
Oh,
Tiamat's in like the 9th layer of hell. Actually,
So you're in the 8th.
she's sealed pretty deep in
She's
there.
trying to sound cool.
Oh.
Street cred.
You're in the 10th circle of hell? I'm really drunk and I think there's 11, so I'm like, whoa! That's so
It's
cool.
been a while, but I think I'm from the 8th.
Oh, cool. Guys, nobody piss her off. That's cool.
That's
I'm just curious for studies. I'm taking notes, by the way, about all the circles of hell.
It's just
Go ahead and roll me a perception
about
check.
demons being evil.
No, I don't think you're even.
19.
No, I'm
What
just
is
saying.
it like in the
Sorry,
8th
18.
circle of hell?
18.
It's
Probably
not
my
bad.
bonuses.
Not 8th circle of hell. Not
Not
bad.
that bad.
Cool.
Well, I mean, in my little community, we're not like everybody thinks that.
Are there
demons
drinks in 8th circle of hell?
Like devils.
Yes.
Free drinks! Exclamation mark.
Not necessarily free. You do have to pay for them.
Paid drinks hyphen charisma! Exclamation mark. I put it in my pocket. Good to know. I'm just curious for studies for academia. So, yep, that's a word. Academia. I know
I
things.
wouldn't know at the human language.
Sure.
See?
Okay.
You still drawing them out? I've run out of things to talk about.
You can't improv more? Come on.
What about?
Wait.
Okay, have you ever been to any other circles of hell? Are you allowed to travel between hell circles?
We don't necessarily travel. However, the way that one would, I suppose, be able to travel would be to go near the forbidden lights, is what they're
Go near forbidden. Oh, like when you die, the light. Don't go near the light, right?
I
something
believe
like
it's when
that.
they're summoned.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Summoned! Exclamation mark. Don't go near! Exclamation mark.
Yeah, the
Don't ask me
elders.
how I know that.
How do you? Okay, I won't ask.
It's my intuition. It has nothing to do with my intelligence.
It's a monk study, right?
It's a monk
the
study.
thieves' cant or something. You know, hell's thieves and all.
But
I'm going there. I'm a drunk, so I want to get to know my home in the future.
you're going to live in.
In one of the hells, the gods have already damned me. I'm sure.
Okay.
Are there gods? I don't know the gods.
Actually, don't worry, Akio. It's never too late for redemption.
Yeah, it is.
Thorno, nobody asked you. This was a great moment until you spoke up.
Don't listen to the half orc.
Touched by.
I thought all half-orcs were condemned to hell anyways. You don't believe in gods, right?
Well, we have gods.
I'm pretty sure they're gods that suck.
While I don't worship any directly myself,
Jeff, the god
I
of
do
biscuits.
believe that there are.
Yeah, the biscuit god I've heard from a monk one time.
The biscuit god?
You guys,
Did you
listen
say
to-
biscuits?
Do you know Eddie Izzard?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Wait till you
He's
meet
got-
Eddie Lizard.
That's the worst episode.
he's got this bit.
I love that episode. That's my favorite.
He's got this bit where he's making fun of the Romans, and he's like, those Romans, like, you know, they conquered the Greeks, and then they just kind of stole all their gods. You know, they're just like, you know, because Zeus
Yeah.
is now Jupiter, and like, you know, Ares is now Mars. He's like, I mean, they must have just been like, oh, thank goodness, they've got some good gods here. Our gods were all crap gods. Chef, the god of biscuits, and Joseph, the god of hairdos.
Thordonk, who are your gods? What do the orcs believe in? Just for my edification. Brom, is that a word?
Obviously, Joseph, the god of hairdos.
What kind of hairdo does Thordonk have? By the way, just curious.
Good story.
Think like long black Viking hair.
Oh, cool.
You must worship Joseph.
Joseph. I want to make a t-shirt that says Joseph, the god of hair now.
God of hairdos.
Hairdos.
He's Farrah Fawcett spray.
2 sprays of Fair Faucet.
All right, so you are all moving down the stairs, nice and silently.
Oh, I wasn't very silent.
Well, it's a little bit of a trail. You kind of go through this tunnel that narrows down and becomes more like just one of those small tunnels that you can barely fit through if you're Thornock, and you can easily fit through if you're Brom. And then you kind of go down these steps, and you can see that everything opens up into this large cavern.
Okay.
And so you guys will probably stop right around.
I feel more at home,
Here.
more claustrophobic. It reminds me of my home.
So, Ari, you kind of reach the bottom of the steps and, hold your hands out for everybody to stop. And you look in and you see that there's a lot of iconography of Tiamat in this room. There's a lot of focus on black dragons in these different symbols that are around the room and everything. And so you see a few of the kind of these bruisers sitting here. And then you look over to your right and you see a very familiar half-dragon.
Oh.
The black one?
No, the blue one.
Cyan.
Cyan Wraith. And
That's murder.
And he's sitting at the shrine, and he's just kind of staring at it a little bit. And he's just got that look on his face, like he's kind of in focus on the shrine for the moment.
You kicked my trash last time with like 1 hit.
I've got you back, Ari.
But there are 5 of us.
And we're level 3 now.
That's true. We're at level 3 now. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to? I could try and stealth us in, get us a surprise round, or should we just attack?
Oh, I should also note there are a lot of candles in this room.
Okay.
So this room is lit up without having to worry about any sort of other assistance.
Okay. Would you consider it dim light or like bright light?
I'd say it's kind of a normal lighting. There's enough candles in here that it's a normal light.
Bright light, bright light.
I guess my question is, sorry to metagame, like if I were to use
The stealth all of us.
pass without a trace,
Mhm.
Yes.
could we like conceivably stealth in and try and attack those guys, or does it seem like
There doesn't appear to be any sort of like hiding spots in this area.
Shadows.
Yeah. There are shadows, and one of you might be able to
Sure.
sneak in if there was some sort of distraction, but these guys seem to be pretty attentive.
Be
Okay.
able to do invisibility.
What if we just send Thornock in as a distraction?
I can cast my
Well,
illusion on him.
we lose surprise if once somebody engages in combat. So
He can.
Thornock. No.
Yeah.
Would you be okay if I may alter your appearance a bit? As in, make you not able to see. I would make you invisible till you attack the next person.
So no one will see me.
Correct. Will make you. You will be the stealthiest of all orcs. Half orcs.
I'll try it, sure.
Thordunk the Stealthy.
are you gonna
What do
make
you
him
think?
into like a henchman?
Just make him invisible.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So then he'll just pop
Yeah,
up
'cause
wherever he
he's
wants
got-
and start thrashing.
Ooh.
Yeah, and let me try
Can we
and
make
stealth in.
Thordunk rage? Then you invisibilize him. Then he rages on them.
Visibilize.
That's a word.
Well, he can use rage
So,
as a bonus action.
Is the rage
Once
just an
you-
action, or does it have to be
Promise
hurt to do it?
invisibilize.
Rage is just an action.
It's a bonus. It's a.
But
But
It's
does
a
it
bonus
have to be hurt to be?
No.
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 Nope.
Okay.
No, we just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, invisible him and let me
Invisibilize.
try and sneak in, maybe flank these guys, so that we can get at least the 2 of us maybe could get like a surprise round.
Yes.
And I say, I solemnly swear I'm up to no good. And I touch him on the shoulder. Poof, there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So Thornock disappears. I wonder if I have just a blank tile here.
And I want to try to see if I can stealth around
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
and get close to these guys and maybe surprise them.
And before Thornock walks off, remember, they can still hear you.
Alright.
Yeah, Thornock, if you're going to move in, you got to roll me a stealth
Natural
check too.
20.
Would it be an advantage?
So
or is it
25.
Does invisibility grant advantage on stealth?
Pretty sure it does.
Creature you touch invisible next spell. Anything targeting or wearing or carrying is visible as long as it's on the target's person. Spell ends. Target casts a spell. Doesn't say anything about anything else.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't think it would give him, because he's still making noise.
Target if they were to.
So Ari, you kind of slip into the shadows. Again, it feels like as you're moving through these candles, they seem to kind of sputter and move away from you, and that kind of cloak of shadows just envelops you.
That's awesome. Do I have to stick to the walls?
Yes.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
Stop. We'll have you stop there. Thornock, are you moving in?
Yeah,
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
I already rolled. I rolled a 17.
A 17. Okay.
Thornock, the stealthy orc.
Okay. Where would you like to move, Thornock?
Get behind the big one.
Yeah, I want to get behind the big one.
Okay. That's
was easy.
right here.
Charisma.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's at this point that one of the bruisers kind of shifts a little bit, and Cyan Wraith gets broken out of his funk, and he turns and he goes, "Any reports from the kobolds yet?" "No, sir, we haven't had anything back from them. Not in a little bit. I'm getting worried." "You're worrying about kobolds, sir?" "Yes, usually they're scared enough that they try to pay tribute by now. Go check it out." And this guy nods and starts moving towards here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, I wanna attack this guy. See if I can I get a surprise round if I can creep up here and attack him?
Can I get from where we're at? Can we see him?
No, you heard Cyan Wraith say, "Go see them," and then you hear footsteps.
Footsteps?
You're not quite at the angle where you quite see.
I want to just kind of get ready, and I'm gonna. If this is where he still can't see me, I want to get up as far as I can forward, and then
I'll move you there,
just wait
and
for
I'll
him.
move everybody behind you.
I'm gonna hold my action until he gets
Okay.
in distance.
So, Thornock, are you going to attack as soon as you hear Ari attack?
Oh yeah, I'm going to attack as soon as I can.
Okay. So, Ari, we'll have you roll your attack.
Okay.
And then, Thornock, I want you to roll me your initiative really quick.
Want me to roll?
I want you to roll your initiative.
16.
I rolled a 4.
A 4?
14.
14. Okay. Alright, and then what was your attack total?
16.
16 will hit.
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
Does he get advantage?
Yes, technically you do have advantage if you want to roll again to see
that
for a
was my
critical.
second. So first attack did 7 damage.
Real quick, metagame. If you roll a crit, do you get double damage or what's the deal?
Yeah.
So you roll your damage dice twice.
Okay.
Is that what we
And
do?
then add the bonus.
And then add the bonus, yeah.
I think some DMs are doing just lazy, and then they just say double it. But
Yeah.
it's technically you roll twice.
Roll twice. Okay.
Okay, my second attack was 21.
21. That will hit.
And that will do 7 damage.
Okay.
Oh yes, it's very nice.
He's still standing.
Yes.
I'm going to spend a key point and do a flurry of blows.
Elbow, wrist.
My final attack misses.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
So you
After my bonus.
come in and you kind of sneak up, and the shadows dispel, and you give him a quick 1-2 to the stomach, and you hear him go ooh, and he kind of steps back into the wall, which kind of makes it so your third hit is just a little off. You weren't quite prepared for him to stumble back that far. At which point, Thornock does get the initiative as Cyan Wraith hears this and starts reaching for his spear, but Thornock gets an attack on him.
Come on, Thornock. We believe in you.
You can do it.
This is how we do it. Dun, 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 dun.
It's 22.
Ding, 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 ding.
That will hit.
Can I even ask you what's his AC? Or
No.
do I have to find that out?
Ideally, you don't really care. You just hit or miss.
Sure, I'm just curious
Yeah.
for my
Like,
not
if-
for Accio, for me.
If you want to metagame it like that, then yes, you have to find out on your own.
Okay.
Oh, nothing like a soggy chip.
That's 9 damage.
I think
Alright.
they're called chips.
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 As a bonus action, I would like to rage.
Okay. So that's
Chip.
here.
During the
So Cyan Wraith reaches for his spear as he hears oof, and he goes, "What is that noise?" And right as he says noise, it's not an axe, it's a sword. It comes down and hits him right in the shoulder, and he kind of grunts and then spins around, forcing you back a little bit as he gets into position.
Suddenly he goes.
At which point he sees Ari, and he goes, let's see, well, he's got something he's supposed to say here. But it's kind of dumb. He just says,
I want to know what it is.
he just turns to you and he goes, you survived. I'm not really surprised. And then at this point we're going into initiative, yeah.
Down the hall.
Yes.
I just give him a wink.
And everybody's going to roll me initiative now.
At this point, I'm gonna have
Thornock, I'll let you keep yours.
my
Are we
loot.
hidden the sign right at this point?
He does not know you guys are there, no.
So it would be ill-advised for me to shout.
Well,
I will keep it to myself.
we want you to make yourself known because we need your help to kill these people.
I say,
So
she has friends. She has friends.
did you hear it?
I asked. He said yes.
Oh, cool.
We heard it.
Perfect.
And then I say, Ferrari! And charge.
This is
For the broken spear that got me mead.
the Order of the Broken Spear. There's your name.
That's pretty cool.
It's not bad.
I'm not gonna lie. That's
That's not
pretty
bad.
cool. I got. What am I rolling? Initiative?
Initiative.
12. I forgot. I have a memory span of 1.7 seconds.
So like a fish?
That's pretty funny.
No, less
OBS.
than a fish. They
Order
have
of the Broken
3.
Spear, that's what we record on OBS.
It's pretty good.
It all ties in very well with the story too.
Order of the Broken Spear. That actually goes good. Magicians are in orders. Monks are in orders. Bards have sort of an order. They have schools, right? Demons are in layers,
Harpers, right?
which is in order.
What?
Harper's Order. of-
Yeah.
I suppose we also have broken spears that
You are in
Everybody
the
likes broken
you're in the
spears.
8th order of hell. So, Order of the Broken Spears.
And Reese, for your edification, the very first battle between Colby's and the
Ari.
Cyan
Ari
Wraith.
and Cyan Wraith.
Mhm.
And Cyan Wraith, he broke his spear. After which he totally
Oh,
pulled
that's
the
right. He wasn't here for that.
butt
Yeah.
kicking.
That was when
So
you
they,
got Druid.
for anybody, they had a one-on-one combat outside of the keep at Greenest, and the lovely Cyan Wraith rolled a critical failure on his first roll, and Ari took the opportunity to break his spear and deliver a quick 1-2 punch and actually make the half-dragon bleed.
Made him bleed his own blood.
Yep. At which point he pulled out his greatsword and took Ari down in one hit.
Yeah, he killed me.
Yeah.
Question. This is, again, a metagame. Our Druid, whatever happened to our Druid? Did we just
play
leave
this
him?
late?
The cleric?
No, I know that.
Oh,
our
talk
cleric.
about
But, like, in-game, what happened to our cleric?
A very good question. He was not there when you woke up, that's for sure.
He was a wussy and ran away.
Wuss.
Possibly.
Bravely ran away.
He bravely ran away.
I wonder if
still
we
doing
will
initiative?
ever find...
Yes, we are. I'm writing these down. Lunera
Very possible.
4.
for Brom.
7.
Okay, good thing I'm not the only one rolling low tonight. Ari.
19.
Well, never mind.
Wow.
Akio
12.
and Thornock got 14, right?
Yeah, I did. Tordok?
Season.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Thought we lost him there. I was like, how much of that did you not hear? All right.
I changed my key binding for my chat. Keep forgetting to hit the shift key.
Fair enough.
Oh, is it push to talk?
His is. Right. This one usually is, but
Gotcha.
I changed it for this so we can get the ambience.
Okay. The first up is Ari.
Okay. I'm gonna try and finish off this guy I'm standing next to.
Okay.
First attack will miss. I rolled a 8.
It's okay, you're just getting warmed up.
Yeah. High initiative,
You want to
low
roll my
attack.
dice?
And wow. I got a 6
No end.
for my second attack.
So you come in again, and he kind of pulls out this great axe, and he kind of does a defensive kind of weave to force you back a little bit, so you aren't able to get any more strikes in. You're still looking for that opening.
Alright.
And then we have Thornock is next. Actually, Thornock, what's your dexterity bonus?
It's a +1.
Okay, then it is you.
Is there a tie?
Yeah.
Oh, the NPC.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
I would like to rage.
You are-
I'm going to attack the biggest guy.
Okay.
Were you already raging?
Yep.
Okay.
If he wasn't, he is now.
How long does it last? I'm just
10
curious.
rounds.
10 rounds. Wow.
Technically 10 rounds. hmm
Wow.
It only lasts a minute, so. All right, yeah, so he's spun around. He's got his spear at the ready, and you come in at him in a frothing rage. Go ahead and roll me your attack. Robber, robber,
I
robber.
think so every time. Hoity toity toity hoity.
And 21.
Yeah, that'll hit. That's what you got last time.
So it's lower than 21. Deducing.
Excellent.
11.
Actually, no, almost.
Okay, 11 damage. Not bad, not bad. You get another slice in on his side, and he grunts and he goes, "Ah, you're a tough one."
I don't know if I hear him.
I think I shouted for Ari way too early.
Yeah. Ferrari in about 10 turns. Then the next is this Goliath, and he's going to run over, and he's going to pull out his axe and try and get
He
Ari.
looks familiar.
He's gonna clap his tights.
It's not the gladiator.
You again?
That's why I haven't used this figure before, because I figured the half dragon should be the half dragon.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
And he rolls an 11 to hit you.
I'm 15.
Okay. And then that is his turn, so I gotta write him down. And it is Akio next.
Ooh, me. I want to move so I can be in range of
Okay,
attacking.
so it's gonna be difficult terrain, so double movement to get past your friends.
Will that take up my whole turn?
So double movement would be 10, 20, so you could get about to here with 25.
And I can move 30, so I'll do it.
Okay, so you're gonna get right here. So you come barreling past after shouting for Ari, and you come around the corner, and there's another bruiser with a great axe right in front of you.
Okay, I would like to firebolt him right in his dumb face.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. What's your firebolt word?
What is it?
Ferrari! Again. And I got 15 plus 5 is 20.
It sounds like he's Ferrari.
Ferrari! Ferrari!
Porsche. Mercedes.
So,
Cherokee.
20 to hit.
20 to hit. That will hit.
And it's a 1d10, which is this one. And I got 7.
Okay. So you come around the corner, and he goes, ah, and then firebolt right in the face.
Right in his dumb face.
And he just kind of shakes it off and everything and stumbles back a little bit. You've got 5 more feet of movement.
I move back behind Brom and go, your turn!
You won't be able to.
Oh!
Yeah, you'll need at least 10 to get to the other.
Then I just stay put.
Okay.
And so, Brom, it's out.
See you at the fight.
He didn't die. He's strong.
Yeah, I did. What did I
With
do?
my 5 feet of movement, can I move my arm to my mouth for a drink? Is that about 5 feet?
Yes, sure.
See you at the fight.
So Cyan Wraith, he gets this hit to his stomach, and he will do a quick couple jabs just to get you off your game so that he can shift into a better position. And he shifts here, and he's actually going to rear back, and you just see sparks spew from his mouth as he does a lightning breath in a line this way.
Ooh.
And yes, he is going to hit his ally.
Ha! Noob.
So this is...
I can see this now, right? Because I'm around the bend?
Yep.
I go, ha! Noob!
So everybody in that line, so Thornock and Ari, you're both going to have to make me a dexterity saving throw.
It'd become our battle anthem of this fight.
12.
I hope that makes you roll low.
9.
All right, so anybody who rolled below 13, which is everybody, is going to take... You don't need to roll anything.
Okay.
It's
I'm like,
only in that path of lightning fire.
okay.
I was like, wait a second.
So if he's a lightning, that makes him a lightning dragon.
Yep,
Right?
he is a blue half dragon.
So he's blue. Okay.
Everybody who did not make their save takes 19 lightning damage,
Holy crap!
which includes...
What did I need to roll higher than?
You need to roll higher than a 13.
I'm about to die.
Brom, I am hiding behind you next turn.
I think I rolled a 13.
You rolled 12.
I should have done.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
12.
So you'll be taking the full brunt of the damage, halved for your... Yep.
This
Do
is
wizards
a
have healing?
meta question about.
I'm gonna look into this.
It's what's it called? Not map, but not Mish. What's it called?
The Shush Mockery?
No. Cutting
Song
words.
of Healing.
Cutting words is before the result of an act. Is it? Do I do? I know I can't do it right now, but just for future notes, do I do it before they roll the attack or before they roll damage?
Let's see.
Because it says when they make an attack roll. Oh, okay. I guess it's an attack roll, ability check, or a damage roll. I can use Bardic Inspiration.
Oh,
Subtract the number. Roll
It's
from the
not
creature.
on here. So, is it a bard feature, or is
Yes,
it?
this is a bard feature. It's level 3 cutting words.
Okay, it's not a spell.
No, it's not a spell. It's used my Bardic
Okay.
Inspiration.
Cutting words. Blah blah blah. When a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend one of your inspiration, rolling and subtracting from that number. So it's either on the attack or the damage.
So
It's up to you how
so
you
the
want
part
to do that.
The reason I'm confused is because it says that on the attack or the damage, but then it says down here, it says, but before the DM determines whether the attack roll or ability check succeeds or fails, or before the creature... Oh, never mind. Or I didn't read far enough. Or before it deals its damage.
Yep. So, but
I
yeah,
can't see
yes,
anyway.
you have to be in line of sight. So,
So that's no big deal.
and then
I found out I can trap souls in a cage. I was looking for healing, but that's pretty cool.
you're just like looking through your pockets. You're like, hey, a soul cage. I forgot I had that. And then he's actually going to use his action surge and take another action to do a couple quick jabs with his spear.
It's not
At
a
Thornock.
spell, but
Jerk.
hold on.
So we've got a 17
Hit.
for, let's see, for 8 piercing damage. So have, and then the other one is a critical failure.
Yeah.
He's good at those.
Yes, he
Crit
is.
fail.
So he stabs you in with the spear the first time and hits you, and then he goes to twist it, and it kind of sticks, and you just grab it and you just break off the end of it. And he goes, "Son of a bitch!"
Order of the Broken Spears!
We are definitely the broken spear.
At which
After
point,
that,
at which point he tosses his spear away and he pulls out his greatsword as well.
How much damage did he do with that first attack?
The first attack was 8 damage, 8 piercing.
Akio must use
Really
the rest
4
of them.
damage.
Heal spells on him.
Nobody die.
That I can't make any promises.
I'll be back, and you better not.
What was that, Thornock?
That was 4 damage.
Yeah, it was 4 total after the halving. The great halving.
The great.
Then it is Brahm.
Okay. I am going to have my loot out coming up the stairs. I'm going to use one of my bardic inspiration once I have.
Okay, so it's going to be 10 to get through. 10.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
Do you want to keep going this way?
I just want to get into range where I'm not in range or physical range of that one dude.
Okay.
But I want to be able to see the people in the room.
I'd say right about here is about 20, let's see, 10, 15, 20, 25. And you kind of have range of everybody, but nobody's immediately in your area.
So I'm gonna be coming up and I'm gonna be playing a song that's going dang, 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 dang. Well, you're a real tough cookie with a long history, breaking little hearts like the one in RE. That's okay. Let's see how you do it. Put up your dukes. Let's get right to it. Hit Ari with your best shot. And then
Joan Jett and
I'm
the
gonna
Bronx.
inspire you so that you have a what's it called?
Bardic inspiration.
1d6 bardic inspiration.
Yep, that can be used on attack rolls, right?
Yes, in the next 10 minutes.
Nice.
So you can use it on attack rolls and.
Do I have to
check.
Casey,
choose before
what's
I
your
roll
dex
my
bonus?
dice?
Just the
I
bonus.
think it's you can use it.
Or you know what I mean? Like, can I roll my die to see if it hits and then
Plus one.
roll
I
a
believe
bardic
so, yes,
inspiration?
but it has to be before he decides the result. So
Got
you
it.
can say, I want to use inspiration.
Got it.
And must decide DM rolls or succeed before that, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to see if it does it for ability checks, too. Okay, ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
So basically, whenever you want a 1d6.
Yes. So, okay, so I'm going to do that. That's my bonus action.
Okay.
Then I'm going to turn and I am going to kind of surveying the room. I assume the first one that I come up and I see is the guy that was to my right.
Yes.
And I'm going to look at him and going to cast Dissonant Whispers. Yes. At the first level.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna be doing like the whole miming thing, but I'm gonna look at him and wink,
That's good.
and then he's gonna whisper in his hair and be like, "Wow, he's really good at the loot. I wish I was better at the loot."
So what does he have to roll again?
He has to roll a Wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
and if he doesn't, he's going to take 3d6.
He rolled a 19.
Ouch. So that's 2, 4. That's 6, 7. So 7, he gets half damage.
Okay. So
3.
yep. No, 4.
Oh, it goes positive.
It rounds up for everything.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I assumed it would round down for us because we're the peons of the
So he goes.
The order of the
he goes,
spear.
Nah, I'm pretty good at the flute. I'm all right at the flute. I'm okay. I'm all right.
Give him another wink. No, you're not.
Brom, if we die, remember,
Lunar, it is your
our
turn.
first drinks in Waterdeep.
Alright.
Yeah, don't forget.
Yes, indeed.
I would
I
like
can
to
never forget.
attack the closest person.
So
I'd
you're
like
going to be
attack him
moving
with my
5, 10, 15,
Did you
20.
just jump over me?
Yes, she literally leaps over you.
I go, wow. But in an Owen
basically,
Wilson,
like,
wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Owen Wilson, wow.
So I'm going to attack the nearest person. I'm
Okay.
going to attack them with my hammer.
Are you crazy?
I am.
You don't have a hammer.
To do it swiftly, I meant my axe,
Okay.
of course, because I have an axe.
No yellow post-its? I have plenty of yellow post-its.
Yep. Go ahead and roll the attack. I would like to attack. I'd like it to be with my sword. I would like to do it to the closest guy.
And I would like it to be swift.
10.
10 will miss. So go ahead and swing with your sword as well.
I would like to swing with my sword, and I'm actually going to hit it this time. 19.
Yep.
Hey, that's
Always.
Well, actually, no,
That's
sorry.
true.
It's 15 plus
Oh,
1.
plus 1.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
All excited.
Oh, I know.
All right.
I mean, yes, I
Go
can
and roll the damage.
Let me sit back down and breathe.
Alright. Alright, here we go.
I want a crit.
7.
7. Okay.
I want to see somebody's head fall on the floor.
Let the bodies hit the
Have you seen that parrot that sings the song?
Yes.
It's the best.
Let the bodies hit the
It's so good.
So you come in with the axe and he blocks it with his, and then you come around on the other side with the sword and you just kind of get him in the calf a little bit. Not enough, just kind of like one of those shallow cuts. And then he's going to actually respond by attacking you.
Don't respond.
And he is he kind of takes a moment and then he just like drives in with this wild swing. So he's going to get advantage on this attack, but he is being very reckless with it. So
He's gonna be vulnerable.
the lowest is a 20 versus AC.
He hits you.
You know what I love about great axes? D12s.
Right.
Really? 4 slashing damage.
So it's just like a slice across the belly.
Yeah, he kind of you can kind of just like catches on your chainmail a little bit and makes you stumble.
Yeah.
You stub your toe slightly.
Y'all are scarred
Your hoof.
up.
Yeah, my hook.
He just goes. I was aiming for the wizard. And then it is finally this guy's turn. He recovers, and he is also going to be reckless with his strike.
I need him to miss.
Reckless people. Deuce.
He gets a
11.
13 to hit.
Oh.
Okay. So he comes in and he just comes in with this like overhand strike, and you do the kind of the splits backwards, the Jackie Chan splits where it like hits right here. Except for it's not as like grandiose as when Jackie Chan does it because you're a woman. Like
Right.
like it's like, oh well, everybody knows it's a little more dangerous for men, but it's just is that sexist? Is that sexist? That's a little sexist, isn't it?
It's as dangerous.
It's 10 obviously it's still dangerous.
It's 10:32 p.m. You're allowed to be
Only
32%
less dangerous
sexist.
because there's about this much more room.
I suppose.
Only 4 inches? You mean 6 inches?
I'm talking about you, Dylan.
Okay, wait.
That's at least 6.
Let's be
I
fair here.
promise.
Let's be fair. Between 6 to 9 inches.
Between
Ask Lilith, and that would be a story for later.
Who's Lilith?
You will find out one day when I'm drunk enough to tell you around the fire.
It's
You're
true.
not drunk enough already?
Okay,
Ari, it is your turn. Yep.
Buzzed.
I better kill this guy. Alright, I'm gonna attack the guy that just missed me.
Okay.
I don't suppose I get advantage on my attacks or anything.
You do get advantage on this attack because he was reckless this last turn.
Of course, I roll a 21
Oh.
or a 22.
It's just sparkling.
They hit either or.
For
I thought it was cool.
7 damage.
Watch out for this guy. He has sparkles out of his fingers.
Still standing?
Still standing.
Holy crap.
These are tough cookies.
Yeah, they are.
They're not cookies, they're brownies.
I'm going
Just
to
like-
And they are rotten, stinky
Just like
brownies.
the oatmeal raisin.
attack again.
Yep.
Oatmeal raisin cookies.
You got your. Are you doing your key point or are you doing your?
I don't know yet. Depends on if he's still standing after my first unarmed attack. So that's a 17.
That will hit.
Okay, for
Oh, reroll.
5. Wait, is it 5?
It's +3, right?
Yeah, 5.
5? Yep, he's still standing.
How is it that I know your stats?
Okay,
more than
I'll
mine?
use
I know,
I'll
right?
use my key point.
Okay.
Go for a final unarmed.
We're gelling as a team. I'm starting to know all your stats.
11.
That will miss. That's the second key point that's gone. Gone with
Wait,
wind.
can't he use Bardic Inspiration?
I already said the result though.
Sorry, I'm too
should've.
late. I'm too late.
Yeah, I
I'll
should
get you next time. How is it that the drunk remembered?
Thornock, it's your turn.
I'm going to attack him.
All right.
What a great beast.
Rage.
I would like to rage.
Oh.
19.
19 will hit.
Go back.
If that was you, it'd be a crit.
Back to the beginning.
I have faith
A
in you.
19? You have, that's great.
I do. We talked about all the circles of hell. You're in the 8th. Yeah, you're gonna crit tonight.
We can only hope.
14.
Dark one.
14 damage.
Will be a
Dark
pause.
side is with me.
There's a lot of luck on the dark side.
Okay.
My favorite part of
You deliver another blow. He kind of staggers back a bit, and you can tell that he's kind of favoring one leg now.
Was that a thing for tieflings or is that for
Okay. Anything else that you want to do?
warlocks? It was a class feature.
As a bonus action, can I use a healing potion?
I think it's an action.
I believe it is an action.
Are you on D&D Beyond, Breeze?
Yeah.
You can just quick search it. It'll tell you if it's an action.
Or you can just look at it in your inventory, actually.
Yeah, it'll tell you if it's an action or a bonus.
It says, drinking or administering a potion takes an action.
So it's an action.
Yep, so it is an action.
Lame.
Okay. Alrighty, then we will move on to the Goliath. And he's gonna take his time with his attack. He's not going for any sort of reckless strike. That didn't work out for his friend.
This is the smart Goliath.
He's gonna roll a 20 against you.
Oh, to you? No!
That's a total of 13 damage.
I'm dead.
No! Ari's dead.
You're unconscious.
Unconscious.
Yep. So he hits, and you just see Ari drop to the ground. And then he is going to spin, and he's just going to start making a beeline for the gnome.
Not the gnome! Not the gnome!
Actually, he can get to you.
I'm basically looking at his kneecaps and like, you're not so big.
You're not so.
I'll take you on.
No, that's he's like.
Wait, does
he
anybody
doesn't look that small.
How do we?
He doesn't look that tough.
Unconscious isn't like resurrection.
No, unconscious isn't dead. And it didn't go over half of your life total, right? The other way? No. So she's just unconscious. She's going to be making saving throws to avoid death.
Oh my god.
And then it is Akio's turn.
I'm gonna go cast.
All your carefully laid plans.
I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at the 2nd level, so
Okay.
I get
4 missiles.
4 missiles, and it is a +5 to hit. So let me.
They're
that's
auto,
right, that's
they're
right.
auto hits. So
Yeah.
who are you attacking with?
I'm just attacking that 3 at the Goliath in front of me.
This guy?
And I'm gonna do 1 at that stupid what's his butt.
Cyan Wraith.
Yeah.
Try and finish off the dude that's. I'm dead, never
I
mind.
think 3 will take it. I think 3 will take it.
All you can do is death speeches.
My death rattle is like,
Yeah.
kill the guy that's almost dead!
Or just more.
The 3 missiles should do it. And then I send the 4th over.
So who are you hitting?
I'm gonna hit the 3 towards the guy directly in front of me, or whoever.
This guy, or this
Who
guy?
are Ari?
This guy dropped Ari.
3 are going to Ari.
Okay.
Kill her.
Okay.
Knock her out.
He's taking no damage so
And
far.
1 is going. Oh, okay.
Well, he's taking lightning damage.
Oh, that's true.
3 are going to the Ari
3.
herder,
And then
and
One.
1 to Cyan Wraith
Okay,
because
roll
I
me the
really don't
damage.
like him. And it's a 1d4
does it
+1.
does it increase?
dart.
Okay, no, yeah, it doesn't increase with each level.
No, I just get more darts.
You can just get more darts.
Yeah. So 1, 5, 6 to the bastard who hit Ari.
Plus,
Okay.
Isn't it +1 to.
Oh, you're right. So
9.
+3, so 9. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the 1 that goes to Cyan Wraith just because he's an idiot is 2. Shit. I was hoping for 4.
It just kind of hits him in the back of his head, and you just.
And I go, I'm coming for you, you blue big bastard! A thing that has lots of bees! What is that called?
Alliteration.
Alliteration! And
Alliteration! You say from the ground.
that's what caused my spell to go, because I had to say a thing. Alliteration!
Alliteration.
And then I chose some nonsense.
So you see Ari drop. You shout alliteration, and these 4 streaking missiles just come out, and they just weave around your companions and smack 3 smack into the Goliath and kind of make him stagger back a little
He
bit.
didn't die?
Nope, he didn't die. And 1 hits Cyan Wraith and kind of puts him off balance. Maybe in a good way. We will see. Cyan Wraith is going to go. First of all, he sees if he can recharge his lightning breath. He does not. And then he is going to try and make 2 greatsword attacks against the Mr. Half-Orc in
How
front of
much
him.
vodka do I have to drink to breathe fire? Or spit fire?
I mean, flavor, but it would just be a firebolt.
Okay, that's coming up next, you guys.
So 9 to hit, won't hit,
Most powerful.
and the other one's a crit.
If I think.
Sweet.
Okay. Yes, it is sweet. So crit damage is.
Oh, yes, it is.
And before he damages, I'm on the crit. I want to scream out and be like, "Hey, Scaly, look over here!" Because this is sign right?
Yes.
Remember me? Just to distract him.
Okay.
For the that's the.
Go ahead and roll your d6 for the minus. So you're using another inspiration dice.
That's a 3.
Okay.
So,
So that is a total of 10 damage coming at you, Thornock.
Does anybody else have cast spells?
Halved, so
Half after that. Yep.
Where does it show
so
how
it's
many
5.
like level 1, level 2 spells you have? Left?
up at the top. So you go to
I can't remember. I knew it the other day when we played, but now I can't
go
find
go
it.
right here at the
Brom,
Okay.
it is your turn.
spell slots right here. It'll tell you how many years.
Under spells.
Okay, Bardic Inspirations. When you click. Okay, good. All right. So as I believe my bonus action. Let me double check. Yes, as my bonus action,
Oh.
I'm gonna look over to Ari and I'm having trouble remembering your character's name.
It's Ari.
Ari. I'm gonna look over Ari.
At least you know the gender.
Okay. Like, Ari, get back up. In healing word.
Okay.
First level.
Alrighty. So how many hit points is
That
that?
is a 1d4 plus 2. 4 plus 2, that's 6. 6 so.
Yes.
Okay. So Ari, you start at 0, regain 6 health.
Thank you. Can I
And then-
cheer?
You just hear Brom go, get back up in your head, and you feel this like tingle through your body as you just. Oh, mistake.
We're not done yet. And then
Ari, we need you.
I'm gonna look at the guy in front of me, and when I saw him get hit, is he look? As far as I can tell from his demeanor, is he carrying himself? Can I?
Are you talking about Sign Wraith?
No, the.
Go ahead and roll me an insight check, sure.
I want to see if he is out. That's a 6. That is yes, a 6 plus.
Are those glow in the dark?
Yes, they are.
Dude.
7.
You can't tell if he's panting from exhaustion or rage.
Exhaustion rage. Okay.
Can I assist in telling him if it's exhaustion or rage? Or am I too far away?
On your turn, you could check.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna draw my. I'm gonna use my rapier.
Rapier.
I'm going to draw it. So I've got my loot with the thing. I'm gonna throw it over. I'm gonna draw my rapier, and then I'm gonna try and stab him right in the groin.
Do you give it a cool final chord as you sling it?
Power chord, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, as I'm throwing it, so that way it keeps like ringing on my back. I'm gonna draw my blade,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna.
Go ahead and
That
roll me the
is
attack.
1d8 plus 2.
Whoa.
Well,
You have to-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have to see if you hit first.
Plus 4, so that's 9. Plus
13.
4, 13.
13 will hit.
Somehow I can do math.
Right?
You know what's a rule I don't really like in D&D?
What's that?
Using a minor action or a bonus action to draw or store weapons. I think that's kind of dumb.
That's kind of just a given.
No,
You think, right?
it's not thematic or like thematically cool to be like, and then I put away my weapon and draw another weapon,
Right.
and that's my turn. It's like
6, 7, 8.
8
8
damage.
So are you saying as a homebrew we don't have to do this?
Not unless I specifically say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And just
If it's a certain situation where you normally wouldn't be prepared to draw your weapons, there might be
right.
that might become an issue. Like if you were at a dinner party, I wouldn't expect you to be like, yeah, I'm ready to draw my weapon at any moment, you know.
Like a sword
But
and a shield to try and like
Yeah.
and then pull out a great sword.
in a dungeon, you know, that's kind of like a given. You're always at the ready.
We're on edge.
Yep. All right, so you go ahead and you stab it into his leg, and he kind of takes a step back and kicks at you a little bit to get you to back off. He's still alive. And then it is Lunera.
Is still alive?
Yep.
Alright.
The guy in front of you took a lot of damage too. You hit him, and he got hit with your firebolt.
Alright.
It's true.
Then
And you're alive to tell us this.
Exactly.
Here's the damage that's been done from the ground.
You're a traffic controller. Damage controller.
Yep.
I'm gonna go for,
23 hit points.
then I shall continue to attack the gentleman that's
Okay.
in front of me. So.
Sword or
So
axe?
kind. You called him
So-
that.
What I do say is, I say,
And-
focus your attacks.
We'll
Okay.
go for the sword first.
Take these guys down.
Oh, critical fail.
All right, so your sword goes wild. Go ahead and roll the other one.
No.
Don't
You went easy on her.
No, I don't usually do that for critical
15.
fails.
Okay.
Unless it's the bad guy. The bad guys are always fun to do that with. 15,
That's good to know.
15 will hit.
Because they have an
That is good to know.
There's
I'm gonna note
there's
that
certain
somewhere.
situations, like if I can think of something thematically, sure, but
Okay.
most of the time.
8 damage.
8 damage. You are really good with hitting that second attack.
At least you didn't like critical fail and stab yourself in the foot or something.
Just really good with your offhand
Or
weapon.
light your hair on fire.
Yes.
That would actually be cool for a tiefling.
Your sword comes up and it like sparks your own hair.
My horns.
Everyone runs away.
Bandit. Oh, that's me.
Now I know what the book says.
No, well, that's what I called this guy because he looks like a bandit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just don't have your little guard thing
For
out.
those of you following along at home, they are actually berserkers. That's right, berserkers. None of you better be looking this up.
Seeker.
He's gonna go, oh, I'm sorry. Roll me another dice for both attacks because he is granting you advantage because of his reckless strike.
Oh, you never critical failed.
So
Just your
then,
attack
And-
roll.
just the. Okay.
Yep.
Attack
Yeah,
roll.
because you already hit him with your arm.
So, no, D20, C20.
Okay.
That first
Well,
one that
you
you
can reroll
critical
both of
failed,
those, then
Yes.
you could potentially get a critical on this.
Oh, come on.
Was that
still bad.
5.
5? Okay,
So
so
4 plus.
Well, re-roll your
Oh,
second.
no. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. 8.
8. Okay, yeah, so that misses. Go ahead and re-roll one more time for the
Just-
second attack.
Just in case it's a crit.
No, but it's 16 plus
Yeah.
4, so 20.
Yep. So you just hit him like normal.
I don't get it, guys.
It's
Alright.
okay. Good effort.
And then he is actually going to continue his reckless strikes to try and hit you even better. Oh my gosh. No. That is a 13 to hit.
The DM has loaded one dice.
Yes,
So
not
everyone
really.
knows.
Not that dice.
I think I have a dice at home that's a D20 that goes 1 through 5.
Seriously?
Yeah, like it was a misprinted dice that came in my like big bag of dice. Yeah. There's also one that one of my friends has that doesn't go below an 11 that I refuse to let him use
Well, obvious.
for obvious reasons. And then it is also my turn. This guy right here. He's just gonna roll a basic attack against you,
Awesome.
Don't die.
and he critically fails.
Yes!
So I will say, as
He
his
crits, I was like,
yeah, he crit.
got resurrected.
He fails.
Drunken god at all?
Yes, Dionysus.
Dionysus?
You have all
I
the
say thank
Well, I
you,
mean-
Dionysus. Dionysus.
I mean, yeah, that's a real drunken. That's like the real Greek
Thank
drunken
you.
god.
Thank you, Dionysus.
It'd probably be some sort of dwarven god. So he comes down with the axe. Like you open your eyes and you just see this great axe coming down to deliver the killing blow, and you actually will roll out of the way and you'll be able to stand up with his critical failure. But you'll be 5 feet away from him.
Okay.
Like that's a problem for a moment.
When you
I
land, you
clap.
jazz hands.
I start slow. Is this a bonus action? That's my bonus action.
That's actually your whole turn. I hope you enjoy it.
I take it back, reverse.
I use my reverse time spell as my next turn to
I
go
have
back in
something
time.
strange.
All right, it is your turn.
Okay.
Alter memory.
I gotta try and finish this guy.
Cast alter memory. No one heard that.
Are you gonna slide back in?
Infinity
Well-
stones in this game? Can there be?
Want to cast alter memory on the DM?
Can we homebrew Infinity Stones into this game? That would be sick.
The gun.
Can I try and make like a perception check or something and see like which of these two look worse for wear?
Yeah.
Or well, yeah. All right. I rolled a 7.
A 7? I mean, you look the worst for wear.
Yeah, exactly.
You kind of have to wipe the blood out of your eyes and everything.
Is Brom near me?
Brom is right here. You are right here.
How many feet is that? 15?
Takes an action to use.
Yeah, he's 15 feet away. Three squares.
Never mind.
Okay.
I was
Well,
going
I
to
can
do
still make
something
a
cool.
one unarmed strike.
Oh, that's right.
Okay,
So it could be
so
like,
actually I can make 2 because with the key point as a bonus action you get 2 unarmed strikes. Okay, so I'm gonna drink a healing potion for my action.
Okay.
Your key points have been pretty lame so far. I'm not going to lie.
Hey,
I'm
the
saying
law
this in the nicest of
averages
words.
would indicate.
So you roll back, you take a moment to look around, and then one of your hands goes down and it kind of taps one of the pouches at your side, and this healing potion just comes up and you catch it and take a quick drink.
2d4 plus 2.
Monks are the funnest to play in my opinion.
Formidable drinking partner.
So 7.
Okay.
That should let me survive one more axe
Death blow.
do we see the little damage counter above their head when he hits it?
It just goes.
By the way,
Plus 7,
Akio
yeah.
has the hugest smile on his
Okay.
face seeing you tap that potion up and just catching it. I'm like,
Do it with this drink next. Then you just toss him like a bomb.
I'm holding it, ready to toss
Because
it.
I hit that guy like
This is from
4 times. I'm
Kentucky.
gonna move in and try and finish him off.
Okay.
I
I have to spend a key point to do
Bob.
unarmed strike.
As a bonus.
He serves
So that's my last key
Kentuckys.
point.
Okay.
And these are just unarmed strikes, not my.
Reserve
Finally,
that
23
That will hit.
Yeah.
for 5.
Meta game question: would anybody want a Bob's Tavern T-shirt? Because I bet I can get them in bulk for pretty cheap and just create him.
Second attack misses.
I thought it was Kentucky's Tavern.
No, I thought it was Bob's, and he serves Kentucky.
Wait a minute.
I think there's 2.
He's not. He didn't reckless.
No, he didn't reckless strike. What was the other attack?
7.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yep.
I'm distracting you.
You're fine.
I will make a Bob's Tavern T-shirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 T-shirts,
Awesome.
all around. I'll do that tomorrow.
And you gotta
Why
have
not?
you gotta have a spirit that's broken in half.
You mean 6 t-shirts?
Oh, hey Reese.
Hi, Reese.
I forgot to print off enough pamphlets.
I see how it is.
Trying to start the revolution.
I don't want Bob's Tavern. I want
Print off
Order of the
enough
Broken Spear.
Okay, I will make Order of the Broken Spear T-shirts for everyone. Do you want gray or purple?
Great.
Okay, gray. I have to do them all the same.
Yeah,
That's how you
it's-
order online. So gray.
Thornock, it is your turn in the
I'm gonna do
meantime.
that tomorrow. I'm gonna make.
I'm gonna attack again, and I don't care what color the shirt is.
It better be red with blood. Ah! Good roll.
23.
That will hit.
Oh, that.
Every time I use any melee weapons, it's like natural one. In the other game that we played, you can ask him. Every freaking time I use a melee weapon, I roll it, and one time.
What was
It's 11 again.
11 damage? Okay.
And I got a.
He's still on his feet.
I rolled 1 for damage. I get 0 damage.
Just barely.
Just barely.
So I hit with the cycle, did no damage.
Ron, there's a great axe heading for your face.
Alright, Braum is going to react.
Okay.
Ah!
Didn't you use your reaction this round? Or this,
He's not gonna react, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Stop metagaming, Corey.
That's like the DM's job.
Yes.
This is a meta game. Do you want
I
tagless or tagged T-shirts?
Tagless, obviously.
Tagless,
Yeah.
yes.
13.
So at 13, he. Armor class is 13.
Okay, so that'll hit. And the damage is...
What size is everybody wear? Medium.
That'll be 6 slashing damage.
I'm gonna just order XLs for
That's how much damage?
Please don't order me an XL. I won't be able to wear it.
Okay.
Why don't you send us an email and then we can...
I have to order them all at the same size, I think.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe I will not do this.
I'll eventually be an XL, hopefully.
We will pretend we all have Order of the Spear shirts.
Okay, so I got it. Didn't print enough for enough pamphlets.
How about next
sure.
time?
Alright, and then it is Akio.
Okay. I'm going to do my strongest
I was hoping you missed and I
spell,
could
which
catch it.
is... At this
Probably don't
point...
want to ice knife because you don't have anybody.
No, I don't have anybody in range to take the damage.
Plenty of allies in range. Just
I'm gonna do.
throwing that out there.
Maybe just do magic.
Like, literally, everybody else on your team is engaged with an enemy. And you're just...
I'm gonna do Scorching Ray,
Okay.
Akio, do something!
which does 3 rays of fire, and it's a plus. Let me see if it's a +5 to hit. Yeah, it's a +5 to hit. Whoa, I don't want the dictionary.
Casting at the first level?
It's a 2nd level spell. It's my last.
So this
second
is
level
this will be
spell.
your second level slot.
Yeah, it's my
Now,
last one. Until I rest.
What's your word?
My word for Scorching Ray is.
The bird. The bird is the word.
It's
And the bird is the bird.
9th level of hell, and then I cast it.
Okay.
And 3 rays of fire. Let's see. Who's the guy that I hit the last time? Was that Goliath, right?
Yeah, this is the guy that you hit the
I'm
last
gonna
time, yes.
give him 1 ray of fire.
1 ray of
And
fire.
the other 2 are going to that idiot Scion ray.
Okay.
So let's see what happens. It's a D20, obviously. +5 to hit. Do I need to roll this 3 times?
Yes, you will roll once for each.
17 +5. That's enough to hit.
Yep, that is enough to hit.
Obviously.
So that'll hit Goliath.
Do you want me to roll damage or the
No,
2?
we'll just roll all the attacks first.
19.
That will hit.
That's 24. And then 18. That's
right.
23.
Wow.
I am on fire.
You hit. Well, they are on fire.
They are on fire.
You hit with all 3 scorching rays for the first time. Congratulations.
And it's a 2d6.
Per?
Which one is the 6? This one, yes.
Yes.
Per ray.
Yes, the d6 is the normal dice, my
Yes.
friend.
So big guy gets 3, 6.
This guy?
Go away, big guy.
6. Okay, he's still alive.
Shat.
Is he singing that song from Portal? Still alive.
No, I'm singing
I'm still alive.
that one song from Sting, like. Every breath you take, every step you make, I'll be watching you
I'll be-
fire. And then
That's the police, not
And then-
Sting.
That's the police.
oh,
And then you'll do 4d6 against Cyan Ray.
6,
Okay?
Scorch.
5,
Okay?
11, 4, 15, and 4, 19.
Okay. So you flick your wand out to the left, and you quickly deal just a kind of blast to that one guy, and then you just kind of point, and these 2 beams just kind of swirl around each other,
Right.
and they just burn a hole
Are they
right
going like
through
this?
Cyan Ray.
Nice, you burned a hole through the middle of him.
And he just collapses.
He crossed the beam.
And then I go, praise me as your new god to the other guys. And then I chug some vodka.
Of course.
So let me do that in real life,
Yes.
IRL.
Earl.
Earl.
It burns! Oh god, it burns. And I said it.
That's what we call a scorching ray.
Scorching.
All right, so it would be Cyan Ray's turn next. He smolders a bit and ends his turn.
That's the smolder.
Comes the smolder.
Did I get him in the chest or the face? Where is he burning a hole through?
It's stomach area. Yep.
Yeah.
So
I know
the
what you had for
the
breakfast.
breastplate is intact, but the stomach part, like it's going to be a female breastplate after this, like because that armor is going to be exposed there, just like in every video game.
Yeah.
Show you midriff.
Yep.
Show you midriff, brother.
And then it is Braum. It is your turn.
I'll go to ship. You want to come? I'm going to.
Cast. Sorry. Cast spell. Done.
Oh, okay, I'm going to. So he's dead. We've got Goliath Man.
Yep.
We've got one over by Ari.
Yep.
And is there one more?
Yes. All 3 of these
Okay, I didn't see that guy.
are Bandit, Goliath, and I'm calling this guy Uruk, in case anybody's wondering.
An Uruk?
Yeah, because technically he's an Urukai.
Okay.
Which I don't know why we're not using that one for Thornok, but I guess it's just the pirate is better than.
Well, he is a sea-fearing half
Yeah.
orc.
That's
Fearing?
Fearing.
I can.
He's a sea furying.
So I guess I want to insight check again to see if I we're making dents in the guy in front of me is what I want to.
Okay, go ahead and.
For some reason, Akio needs to go to the bathroom again.
5.
Must be all that back.
Akio will be back.
Yeah, it's a
5.
It's probably
I mean, you see a bunch of like wounds in him.
All right, whatever. I'm gonna. You're a tough one, aren't you? So I'm gonna take the rapier.
Okay.
And I want to try and slash the letter B in him, like Zorro.
Like Zorro.
Because
Except it's a B.
That's a 3. Nope.
if it rolls off the table, it doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Nope.
Unless
I
it
need
was
to roll
a
off
crit.
table.
It was a crit.
18 plus 4.
Okay, that'll hit.
So okay, now 1d8 plus 2. What's this one?
Carpet is not a good way to tell if a dice landed on any specific
Right.
side.
So that's 6, 7, 8.
8 damage. Okay.
A rapier is a 1d10?
1d8.
Oh, is that an 8?
This one's an 8-sided one. This one was my 10-sided.
You get him right in the
Wait,
spleen.
that's a 10-sided.
Did you roll a 10-sided by accident?
Oh god.
That's
Well,
12.
this one's
That's 12.
12-sided. Here's my 8-sided one.
All right.
You can use mine if you want.
Oh, here it is. Alright, here we go.
Even
Same
better.
one.
So
Oh, yeah.
still 8.
Same value.
Okay.
Good catch.
That means it was meant to be. So yeah, you hit him right in the spleen, and he kind of stumbles a little bit, and he's holding. Actually, roll me another dice. He did a reckless strike against you.
Oh.
So let's see if you crit him.
That's another small corner would have been. 13.
Okay. So,
Ended on the bites.
yep. So he's just kind of clutching his side now from where you hit him. He still appears to be standing.
Wow.
No, it's nothing personal, my friend.
Lunira, it is your turn.
Okay. Perfect.
You got this.
And I do apologize, but so the gentleman that we've been attacking is still alive. Then,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes. The only one who's died is Cyan Wraith.
All right. My
himself.
apologies.
You know, the named guy.
The stupid name.
You're welcome.
All right. So I shall go ahead and attack with the sword.
To be fair,
Okay.
I think Thornock did most of the damage there.
Two rolls.
From now on, you must call me.
2 rolls.
Yeah, he's
Akio
giving you
Ghost
advantage.
Slayer. I'm pretty sure I killed that one chick as well.
So 21.
What's it?
21 total.
What's her bucket?
That will hit.
Mondath.
Mothra.
Oops, that's Star Wars.
For 8
My
damage.
8 damage.
Count.
Okay.
You know, take them down.
The next time we
Did
drink,
I?
we will tell
No, hang
stories.
on.
All these villains slain. So we're
Okay. And then your other attack. Again, you roll twice.
Yes. Well, natural 20.
Okay, great. There you go. So you don't even have to worry about rolling the other one. So just roll your damage twice.
Rolled the damage twice.
Yep, and then add your bonus.
Well, that one was also kind of like a crit, so.
So a
8,
6 there.
plus.
No. So you roll that same die again.
And then I
So
do
you just
6.
so 6
So-
plus.
Oh, I see. Okay.
3.
6 plus
9 plus your
plus
bonus.
2. So
11.
11.
11 damage. Nice.
Good job.
As you come in and you use your sword to kind of knock his great axe up, and then you just slice him across the stomach with your axe.
Woo.
And then you realize that maybe would have been better to slice him with the sword and use the axe for the other thing. But
I was just thinking that.
crap.
Should have switched it.
And then it is his turn to respond. He's actually going to go a little bit more defensive this time, and he's not going to go reckless on you.
Okay.
Fail.
He got a 20.
That will hit, of course.
Well, it's almost like they do better when they're not reckless. That is going to be a total of 7 slashing damage.
Ouch.
And then it is the Uruk's turn. This guy is in a complete rage at this point. Because
I killed you once.
yeah, exactly. He just saw you drop. He went to try and kill you, and you rolled out of the way. Were you playing possum? What's going on? He did roll a 20.
It's
Not a crit, thankfully.
thankfully.
And he's going to roll a 7.
Does that knock
slashing
you
damage
out
against you.
again?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, good job on that healing potion move.
And then it is your turn, Ari.
Alright.
And this is round 4 or 5, I think, so I think we're still okay for Thornock's Rage.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
All
4
right.
more rounds.
Oh my gosh.
Roll twice.
Oh
Roll
yeah,
twice.
thank you. 17.
17 will hit.
For 8 damage.
Okay.
And then... Um, 15
15, that will hit.
for 6 damage.
6 damage. Nicely done. Okay. So he comes down and he kind of gets you in the shoulder, and then you grab the axe handle and you just two right to the kidney.
Ouch.
And then we've got Thornock. The person in front of you got killed by the wizard.
Sorry.
F words.
There it is.
First one of them.
There it is.
I want to go to the nearest guy.
Okay.
I'm going to attack him with a great.
I say, in this competition, I'm ahead of you, Thordonk.
Sure only counts as one.
The problem is that if you start a killing competition with Thornock, he's going to keep going until there's nobody left.
This is true.
I recant my statement. Carry on.
All right. So yep, you run up behind. Lunero's just delivered this nice blow to the this great axe wielding bandit, and bandit. His name is literally Bandit Bandertson. So
Can I write that down?
if you would like to.
Do I need to?
Bandito.
I don't think so. I didn't roll that.
Go ahead and roll
down.
me your attack, Thornock.
18.
18 will hit.
Nice. I mean, Akio says, noise.
Noise.
It's 5 damage.
5 damage.
I realize noise is the same as no ice. Go get more. No ice.
All right, so you kind of slash him across the back, and he kind of turns to a defensive stance between the two of you. He's looking a little worried at this point because he's being surrounded by fighters. Well, a fighter and a barbarian, but you know what I mean. And then it's the Goliath's turn. This little bugger keeps stabbing him with this pointy stick.
And I'm going to be...
Making bees in his leg.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be like Kermit from Muppet Treasure Island.
Exactly.
So he is going to crit against you.
Or not bad for a gnome.
Bro, my dearest of
You
friends.
wouldn't hurt a small man with the glasses, take the glasses. Touche.
1 damage, right?
It's very
Plus
clever, you
2,
actually
3 damage.
guy.
That's going to be a total of 18 damage.
Oh my.
So he goes, and I just... Okay.
You go to block with your rapier, and it knocks the rapier out of your hand and just goes into your shoulder.
I shout, obviously, because Brahm is my dearest of friends. Brahm, my drinking buddy!
And
Not you.
as I'm falling, just... He's bigger than I thought I was.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
He's bigger than I thought I was. Than I thought he was.
Thank you, Ari.
He's bigger than I thought I was.
It's hard. It was in the moment. I didn't have much time to think. And I lay unconscious.
No. Literally tears are on Akila's eye. You are like
And
one of my only
And they
friends.
sting because they're made of alcohol.
Everything okay?
God, it
I just had a lot of
burns.
text messages, but it's a conversation between Mom and Scott. All right, and then it is Akio's turn.
I'm obviously slightly dripping from
Yes.
my eyes because Brahm
Yeah.
and who's left?
These
All
three
three
guys.
of them.
Yep.
But the one that...
Ice knife. Obviously.
No.
Why?
Because they're standing next to allies.
True. Big guy with the muscles. You're gonna take a firebolt.
Okay, go ahead and roll the attack. You get advantage.
I'm gonna call that one.
Okay, that one was 15. This one is 17 plus 5, so that's better.
That will hit.
And it's a 1d10, which is this guy. And that's 7.
That is exactly enough to kill him.
Promise tear stream.
You just like drum, and it just fires this firebolt that just
Yeah.
scorches through this guy, and
Akio is super emotional today.
Just for flavor, can the tear of vengeance just...
yes.
And it's golden, so I definitely see it in the dark.
I have a golden tear.
Golden tears.
Quick, bottle that.
Prize gold.
Brom, it is your turn. Would you go ahead and roll me a death saving throw, please?
Saving throw. Number 1. Yep, that's a fail. That's a 4.
Okay, so you are one step closer to death.
How many steps does it take?
3.
3.
Unless somebody hits me. But it still takes 3.
Hits you or heals you?
Hits me. Well, and heals me, bring back. Because isn't it an automatic crit? And then if they.
Yeah, well, yeah. If somebody hits you to kill you, yes.
That's it. I gotta protect Brom.
Well, Lunar, it is your turn.
Good, because do I have the ability to carry somebody just kind of out of the way a little bit, like get Brom to
Just kill the
safety?
dude that's in front of you.
Yeah,
that'd be the
Brom's
best.
okay.
The best move.
Well,
I know a ritual.
what would Lunera do at this point, though?
It's true.
Here's the question.
Be a true role player in this scenario. What is Lunera thinking about?
You said that you wanted to protect Brom, but is protecting Brom killing these guys so you can keep him safe, or is it moving him out of the way of the combat and trying to fix him up?
I like Corey's logic. It's very true to character.
I'm just laying in the typical
I don't know if
the police line pose.
Part of your bardic magic is it draws the chalk outline for you already.
That's impressive.
I mean, I don't really have any bandages or that to really heal him.
I mean, you can use the heal skill to try and stabilize him,
You're a
but
fighter, right? So what's your instinct?
The
Fight.
best way to keep him safe is to kill all of the enemies.
Yeah.
Beat the banner snatch out of him.
although, I mean, if you want to flavor it, you can say that you shift this way so that he can't have a clear line of
Yes.
sight without getting through
I
you.
would like to
Get
step
defensive.
in front of him and then make my attack. There.
Okay.
All right.
Good on ya.
Also, I will remind you now that I remembered it. You do have your reaction.
Yes,
that
my
does-
hellish rebuke.
Yes.
Which, thank you, Brom. So
That's my favorite.
I would like to do that.
You won't be even. That's a reaction to them attacking
Oh,
you, just as a
okay.
reminder,
Okay.
though.
So you can use it if they hit you.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, anytime
Perfect.
she
So
takes
I'm gonna
damage,
go
she
ahead
can
and
instantly,
attack
like,
with the.
rebuke them in
Backhand.
whatever way. Slaps them, punches them.
Oh, attack!
Line of sight.
Attack with the
And it's
short
like
sword.
100
Okay.
feet or something.
So first,
Is it once per short rest or something?
I believe he
So any
attacked you.
attack has to
No, he didn't attack you recklessly. I don't
As
think.
an actual spell, I think.
I can't
thought it was a
remember.
I
reaction.
don't believe
It is a
so.
reaction, but
Well, I can't
No, no,
remember.
no,
So
he didn't.
She has
He
spell-
he didn't. Okay.
spell slots.
Alrighty.
Remember, 'cause you said he was going on the
it might be
defensive.
once
Right.
per long
Okay.
I think it's-
So
I think it's once or
I
twice
rolled
a long
a
rest.
9 plus 4, so 12.
12 will miss.
Okay.
And then your axe.
Yep.
Which rebuke?
My trusty hand axe. 16 plus 4, 20.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
60 feet.
It's just like one. You're like, just switch to a battle axe.
2d10. It's 2
Crit, 6.
Oh, so
plus
6
2,
damage?
so
Okay.
8.
Wow.
8 damage.
damage.
Nice. Okay. He's still up, but you get him nicely in the side.
Yeah.
And then we have his turn. And he's going to try and attack you back.
That is just insane. And it's a 1
And he's going to hit you.
level above that you cast.
Yeah, he's going to hit you.
Whoa.
And
That's a powerful reaction.
What is it?
so is your Hellish Rebuke a reaction on attack or is it on damage?
Damage.
Plus
It
one
is on
every
damage?
time you cast it.
Yes,
So if you're
response to
five,
being
that's
damaged
60
by
Okay.
a creature within 60 feet.
Okay, so the damage is going to be 5 slashing damage against you, so record that first and then decide if you want to use your Hellish Rebuke or not.
I think just do.
So
don't,
it would be like in the
warlocks get
temporary
that
hit
as
point
well?
slot where I would put that, or
No, you want to put that in just like, you minus it off of your hit points. That's just minus off your regular hit
Dark
points.
ones
Because I
also
thought it was a.
Just like all of your other hits have been. Have you been minusing your hits?
yes.
I
Okay.
think it can be, but it's a.
Yeah, I'm down to 12.
I'll take
Okay.
your
Problem
word for
is,
it.
I'm a tiefling.
And then would you like to use your Hellish Rebuke?
Between a warlock.
Yes.
Okay. So let me look that up again here.
From what I was reading.
Braun might have it ready.
He
But
does. What?
Who cares?
1d10 or
To be honest, we
2d10?
don't have
2d10?
warlocks.
Okay.
2d10 unless you cast it at a higher level.
So which
depends
you
on-
don't have any.
You don't have any
Yeah.
higher levels yet.
Should just be a 2d10.
So 2d10, and it's a dexterity saving throw,
And just kick everybody's.
which is.
What's your spell
this the-
save?
This is the D10.
I need to figure that out.
I've never
You can
used
use the
it.
percent die.
Yeah, I think this is the percent die.
That's
If
what
it's got
I
a
use.
0 on it, it's a.
If it has double 0, it's percent.
Oh, okay.
And that's
So
the one I use.
This does not have a double 0. It just has.
That is that's your percent die. So
Okay.
if it's 70, it's actually 7.
Okay.
And 0 would be 10.
100. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So
So you-
7 plus 3.
But I'm saying, like,
So
10.
10.
and it's not.
Okay, so hang on. What you need to do, he needs to make a save. So, what is your charisma bonus?
It has to be my
Yeah, what is your charisma bonus?
plus 0.
Plus 0. Okay, so that means he needs to roll.
So what is the 10 like in the smaller circles? What are these other numbers?
So if it's 10 is your score, it gives you a specific bonus depending on that score.
Okay.
Which one
Yeah.
are we talking about?
Charisma is
So 10 is your second to lowest.
Okay. So
So these two are your lowest.
Let's see.
Charisma is your spellcasting ability for these spells.
Yeah, which is 0. So what is the spellcasting ability normally? Is it just 10 plus the bonus?
you're good.
Or is it plus something plus half your level or something
Or
like
is it
that?
something to hit? Is it like, is it?
So it.
This is whatever.
Spellcasting ability is spell save is 8
Okay.
plus your proficiency bonus plus your modifier. So what's your proficiency bonus?
Just 2.
2 right now, I believe.
Proficiency.
It'll be right next
Plus
to
2.
it.
Thank you, sir.
So it's just a 10. So he's got to roll above a 10 on a dexterity save, I believe. He rolled a natural 1. So you said it was 10 damage total, right?
Don't breathe in an airheaded.
So he slams into you, and he kind of hits you, and he breaks a little skin, and your eyes just blaze up as your fury for Brahm comes out, and this fire pours from the wound and engulfs him and burns him to death.
Whoa. That is
Like fire blood.
She's like, oh no, you didn't.
And of course, it cauterizes that wound, so it won't bleed anymore.
You bleed fire, but then heal?
It doesn't heal her; it just doesn't.
Oh.
It's not bleeding.
Seal?
But seal?
She does take half damage to fire for being taken.
Dang.
True.
Yes, that's
Yep. At fifth level, you get the darkness spell. By the way.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
She's gonna be like, and then run up and down.
The last guy that's standing is going to try and swipe at Ari recklessly.
Ari, don't die. Ari, don't die. Ari, don't die.
Ari gets critted on.
Oh my lord.
So you roll a 1 or a 2.
You can use your.
Uncanny dodge. Wait, do you have that yet?
No, you can't. I was gonna say inspirational.
Uh-oh. Guys.
That's a total of
Don't be 12. Don't be 12.
27 damage.
Oh, she's dead.
That takes me down. I mean, I'm dead, obviously, but I have 6 right now.
Okay. So 27 minus 21. What's your total hit points?
24.
You're dead.
I'm dead.
No!
So he slices into Ari and just like cuts across her stomach, and you see her fall backwards with a blank-eyed stare.
No!
She's dead.
Dead.
What?
Right, I don't know. I'm still unconscious.
If I couldn't have tried to take 2 of them at a time.
Thornock, it's your turn.
No!
Do I notice any of that?
Oh, yep. You turn around because it's the last opponent, and you see all of that happen.
I'm gonna go tear that guy in half.
Okay. Run over. Go ahead and roll me your attack.
That's a natural 20.
Now I think you're cheating too.
Justice.
Go ahead and roll me the damage.
It's 15.
That's enough to kill him.
Okay, so now we're out of
I actually want to
combat,
tear him in half.
Really
We are out of
good
Can
combat.
I run over to Ari and cup the back of her head
Yes.
and say, no? And can I, like, a tear fall onto her face?
You're not a phoenix, so that won't work.
Can it still happen?
Yes, absolutely.
No! Our leader! No!
Gosh, dang it.
I'm like,
Never mind, I'm still unconscious.
I'm like shaking a little bit because this is our core. This is our soul.
Actually, Brahm, I need you to roll me a death saving throw before you leave.
He's gotta use the restroom. Let him pee.
You can't pee in peace.
I mean, if he wants to automatically fail.
I'm literally like.
Actually, do I add any bonuses to that proficiency bonus?
No.
Okay, so then yeah, it's just a 7, so that's another fail.
That's another fail.
2.
Close to death.
We're gonna have 2 party members die tonight, guys.
No, we're not.
Oh God.
Who would
I'm gonna
like?
go over and stabilize Braum.
Okay, are you gonna just try and do a heal check on him, or are you gonna pour a potion down his throat?
I will pour a potion down his throat.
Okay, so he will be okay. He will be back to life.
How are you? Colby,
Like
I need to see this. Will you just lay in his
The head is in my elbow pit, and I'm like holding it up like this.
Ari,
Yes.
you are
Sorry,
floating.
I'm looking for death.
Death rules?
in the handbook. I've never died before.
I'm praying to any god that I believe exists.
Okay.
Bahamut, we're trying to take out Tiamat. You want to take out Tiamat. We're your humble servants. Please spare her life. And then I'm thinking more and more.
You feel something.
I feel something.
You feel something, Akio.
Bahamut!
No, something in your finger.
Oh. My finger!
The one wearing a specific ring.
Holy shit. I look at it. What is happening to
It is pulsing. And it is pulling you towards the shrine.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
And you look over and you see that there is this small treasure chest below the shrine.
I set her head down gently.
Okay?
Stay here. I've got to figure this shit out. Don't cross. Don't look at the light. Don't cross. Oh, sorry. You. Don't look at the light. Don't cross. You effing watch her. I'm fucking serious. Don't let her die. And then I walk over to the box.
Okay?
I walk over to the box.
Are you going to open up the box?
Yeah.
Okay.
My ring is like
So you
pulsing me to do this.
You reach into the box and you open it up, and the first thing that happens is the few dragon-headed faucets begin to spew acid.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh, shit. By the way, she's dying. My ring pulsed.
She's dead.
She's dead.
She's not
My
dying.
ring, I told her don't effing die, and I set her head down gently. My ring pulsed me to this box,
And now there's
and now there's acid pouring at me.
Pouring at you.
Do I need to make a save or something?
Am I awake?
You must succeed on
I'm not sure.
a dexterity check for me.
My dex is +1.
Thornock was doing something. Thornock, were you able to heal Braum in any way?
Hey,
Yeah, it was for 11 hit points.
11 hit points for
11
you.
hit points. Okay, thank you.
It says it has to equal my hit points. So, massive damage continues. When damage reduces you to 0 hit points and there is damage remaining, you die if the remaining damage equals or exceeds your hit point maximum.
Is it hit point maximum? I thought it was half your hit points.
Yeah.
So you are dying. Never
Okay,
mind.
so I say don't effing die, and I lay you down.
So at this point, I'm going to have to ask you to roll me a death saving throw.
Yes, gladly.
Big money, no whammy.
If there's anybody watching this stream, either currently or later, and screaming at us because we're getting the death rolls wrong, we got it. We're okay.
So how does this work? Sorry.
So you will roll a d20, and you're looking for a 10 or higher. Isn't that right?
Yeah. 15.
Okay, so you are okay for now.
Successful saving throw.
I only rolled a.
No, so that just means you're not any closer to death.
Got it.
Okay.
I only rolled a 9.
You only rolled a 9? Okay,
Yeah,
so let's
my
see
dex.
here.
Wait, was it dex?
We're all gonna
Yeah.
die in a pool.
I only rolled a 9. Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna get stabilized. And
Okay.
Wait, so do I see what's going on with Akio?
Yeah, so you pop up and you see that Akio's opening up this chest and this acid just sprays on him and deals 6 acid damage to you.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
Okay.
I gotta save her.
I'm just gonna be blinking.
Lunar, you're next to Ari. What do you want? Are you gonna do anything?
What happened?
How?
What
So
happened?
you can either roll a heal check to try and stabilize her to keep her from going any further,
Okay.
making any more throws. Or if you have a healing potion on you, you can go ahead and...
Because those suckers were really expensive.
I can cast the second level.
But what? What's
he healed you, right?
What's a,
Yep, so you're on your way up and you're on your way over. But if you want to try and...
first.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask.
So you're going to roll your heal skill.
Obviously, I'm bathing in
Which-
acid.
So your D20
Okay.
plus your heal. Yeah,
is it
should...
medicine or?
it should be medicine, I believe then.
It's like
Again,
wisdom.
all of my knowledge is off of 4th edition, so
That's okay.
As I'm so nervous.
15 plus 1, 16.
16, I believe, is it not?
Don't die. You better not die. I don't think Akio could handle it.
Obviously not.
Clearly.
I'm serious. You're the leader of the group. It would mean I would have to try and take this group of ragtags and be like, I am your drunken leader and I can't drink
No, no, no,
anymore,
no, no,
which would make me very angry.
No, I would be.
You would lead?
I would lead.
She'd take the mental.
We haven't discussed this yet, so obviously I think I'm trying to lead. I'm like, this leader. Does anybody have a paper bag?
Yeah, that is enough. That is enough to bind the wounds so that she won't make any more death saving
Go
throws.
ahead, Brahm in the back.
So I'm just stabilized at 0.
Yep. So Brahm, you're going to be able to head over. Thornock, I'm going to just assume that you're going to follow him.
And I'm gonna do the same thing. Be like, what happened? You know, obviously I got the big guy. What happened? Like, forget it. And I said, I thought I told you couldn't. I thought I told you it wasn't time for you to go to bed, go to sleep yet. And I'm gonna snap my fingers and cast healing word second.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm just gonna go first level because we're not immediately.
We're good now.
It's okay.
Akio's not aware.
1d4 plus.
Nope. Your heart is pounding as you're
3,
searching
4,
through
5.
this chest. 5. So yep.
Be healed.
So again, you wake up. You see Brahm snapped his fingers in your face.
I look at Brahm and I say, that's 3 I owe you.
But speak nothing of it.
Akio,
Only
inside the chest, you find. Let's see.
tried to open a trap chest. Are you mad?
I don't hear you. I'm in the zone.
A string of pearls,
Pulsing.
Okay.
It's strange. So he just went over to.
a pouch containing half a dozen masterfully cut and polished precious stones, both of which you toss aside as you see, because you're here for one purpose, and that purpose is a
You're just
silver and gold inlaid ring that appears to have moving inlays with it. It looks like it is simply you can slide them around in specific patterns if
Do
you
I
want.
recognize it at all?
It feels exactly like the ring you're wearing. Like the presence that you feel when you hold that ring is her presence.
Shit. Can I put it on my other index finger?
Yes, if you would like to.
Okay, I do that.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
No, nothing happens with this one.
What color is the ring at this point?
So it is silver and gold
Okay.
inlaid.
Possibly.
So it's just kind of like a normal kind of iron band, and then so it's got the iron band and it's kind of just raised up on either side, and it's a rather thicker ring, and then inside is these silver and gold inlays that just they look to be these random patterns.
Okay.
Akio, are you okay? Because I'm seeing his soberness and knowing that he doesn't act like that.
I look at Brahm and I
Especially
say,
because there's a string of pearls and a pouch on the ground next
I
to it.
look at Brahm and I say, I will tell you all about this tonight, or some night when we drink enough.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And then I make sure the ring's on tight. Is there anything else in the box?
Let's see.
A note? Anything for me to
Please take
look
care
at
of
to
your
make sense of this ring?
There is not anything else. There is another ring. It's just a golden sapphire ring.
Obviously, I throw that aside. I don't give
Yeah.
a crap about that.
Ting, 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 ting.
And that's it for me, I guess.
He's been throwing.
Thornax is going to be going picking him up.
Okay, so yeah. Who,
Can I add this to my inventory?
yeah. So go ahead and add one mystery ring,
Okay.
and then who's grabbing everything else? I know Thornock was gonna grab.
I threw the pearls at Brahm, like directly towards Brahm. I know he wanted pearls.
Okay, pearls. So go ahead and just write down pearls,
Okay.
and you'll want to be on page 25. 0.9.
Page 25.
Let's
25
divvy up
what?
the gemstones. Is there a way to add random items?
25.9.
25.9.
Yep. There should be a way to add like a
Do you know
custom
how to
item.
do that, Preston?
Do what?
You just
Add a random item?
Yes, go to
So there's
possessions,
six-
personal possessions.
Other possessions?
Go to personal possessions.
Oh, right there. Okay.
There are 6 gems, so 1 for each of you, and then 1 for additional,
and the gold sapphire ring or whatever.
and then the gold sapphire ring.
The gems, are they all the same gem or are they just assorted?
They all look like assorted gems, but they're all masterfully cut.
What is it that I need for identify? Is it ruby? If there's any rubies, I'd like to take. I'd like a ruby.
Let me see here. What was the spell?
The
Identify.
incantation is identify. I think it's like 20 gold or 200 gold, maybe. It's something that I was planning to get in the future to try and learn about. And since Brahm is interested in the arcane.
Identify is a pearl, at least one worth at least
Alright,
100.
yeah, pearl. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Good thing I touched you the string of pearls.
Yeah.
But I don't say that.
I don't know how much they cost.
I just look at you.
That's right. You don't know how much they cost. So everybody, I'm guessing you guys are just going to divide the gems. At least everybody gets 1 gem.
Yep.
Again, you'll want to write down gem and then page 25.9. And the reason why I'm having you do these, by the way, is because when you eventually get them appraised, I'm going to have a reference for them to know how much they're worth.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so
So gem 25.9.
0.9, yep. Solid.
Like,
and
for
then
real.
there's a gold ring. Somebody take the gold sapphire ring, and somebody gets 2 gems.
I think Thordon took the ring.
I'm not
already.
Yeah, so Thornock took the ring.
Master Thornock, I would advise not wearing the ring till we find out what it does.
Don't touch the ring.
You say as you
it
put
in
the
your
other
pocket
ring on
as
your...
I'm wearing the other ring.
Yeah.
Put it in
I
your.
haven't seen that ring, so
Yeah.
I'm just warning him because I've seen other cursed items, and I'd hate to see a friend
Put it in your pocket,
wither
Thordon.
Page number on the gem.
Okay, Thornock, a gold and sapphire ring. Add that to your inventory. Same page number.
Okay.
And then who's taking the last gem?
You got the pearls.
Me.
You got the ring. Give it to the tiefling.
Okay, Lunera, go ahead and just make sure you have 2 gems in there instead of 1.
2 gems? Okay.
2 times.
Oh my god, my heart is literally pounding. Not as accurate.
Go ahead
as
and
the-
roll me an Arcana check, please, as you're looking at this ring.
10 plus 5, 15.
15. You're kind of looking at the inlay and the circle around it, and you realize that you've seen these before.
Okay.
Not the exact inlay, but this appears to be some sort of puzzle.
Okay.
So what it's going to be is for 1 uninterrupted hour each day, you can spend working on the puzzle, and you'll roll an intelligence check, and your intelligence check will basically add to a total to try and solve this puzzle.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Sounds
at
good.
the end, it's got this little knife inside that cuts the finger off. That's the
And when you
surprise.
solve
You know
this
what, it
puzzle,
might.
it says drink your Ovaltine.
Yep. It's a Dakota ring. Of course it is.
I only say that because in the other group I'm in, there was a 5-finger thing, and I happened to have some goblin fingers. I stuck them inside and turned them, and then it just killed all the fingers that were inside.
I turn to all of you and I say to you, I never thought I would have to explain my ring, but I will. I trust you enough, but right now is not the time. Let's get to safety and we can discuss this further.
When you're ready, my friend. When you're ready.
It's a pretty personal story, and I would not share it with anybody other than the people I trust the most.
Just like that
And
free
luckily, we've been through enough shit. I trust you all.
Absolutely.
So we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
The Order of the Broken.
The Order of the Broken Spirit. It does not
I was
mean
gonna say
this
arrow.
order. Nobody can tell anybody. Let's leave it at that. Continue.
Mhm.
And I point towards the air.
So you are in a room. The chamber has been enlarged and reshaped from its original form. The floor and 3 walls. Well, the walls. I'm not sure why they said 3 walls.
The 3 wall.
Are smooth, and stalactites and stalagmites have been polished into gleaming columns. So, but there's supposed to be columns in this room.
Okay. I suggest that we take another long rest here, even though it's only been
I
a
agree.
few minutes since we woke up.
We need some health and some spells.
Yeah,
I'm out of level 2.
that was rough.
You need some health.
I do.
You need some health.
I'm gonna take first watch.
By the way, the chest is a small wooden chest with silver and mother of pearl inlays, in case anybody is interested in a nicely looking chest. It's probably about this big. You know, it wasn't too like it just held a few
Like,
things. So.
like 2x5, maybe?
Yeah.
2x4?
I'll take all the crap that I got, stick it back inside, and does it like latch and close or like lock?
Actually, it doesn't lock. Akio seems to have shattered the lock with his magic
Okay.
in
Do I
his
have
haste.
Just clap it, throw it in my bag.
Does anyone have rope?
Everybody has rope.
I
You're
tie a square
adventurers.
knot around it, and I hand it to Brom with the square knot around it.
Okay.
That's your new latch. I'm sorry I broke it.
Thank you. No problem.
I was panicking.
We'll plan on selling this later anyway for
Let's,
the group's funds.
Search the room, search the people that we killed.
Okay.
Cyan Wraith.
So they're just. I mean, Cyan Wraith is wearing good quality armor despite the hole in it.
Might probably an upgrade if it.
It is-
Tiefling, would you like some armor? This is quality armor despite the hole that I caused. It is now female armor because I'm midriff. Would you like it?
I got the mosquito.
Possibly.
So let's
It
see.
would look good.
So this is splint mail.
It's split mail. What is split mail?
That's
Is
a chain, right?
Split mail?
Splint.
It means you can process payments and there is no PCI risk for you. It's a split mail.
split mail.
Split mail.
Interesting.
Splint mail.
Oh, sorry.
So it's
Wrong-
actually.
wrong thing.
And can I attach that to like a website or
You
know,
can, and
shopping
if you want to
cart?
pass through metadata, that is totally up to you.
Oh, perfect.
So it is a 17 armor class instead of a 16. So it would be a +1 armor class for you. It requires strength 15 to be able to wear, which I'm sure you do have.
Is that the one that makes a disadvantage on?
Let's see.
Yes, actually,
yeah.
the armor that she's wearing now also has disadvantage.
So yes, I do
For
have
stealth.
15.
Yeah, you have strength 15 exactly, or 16.
Well, it says 15 in the little circle.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. So you just
It's
have
okay, I'll
enough.
get this. I promise. I'm sorry.
Yep, you just have enough to wear that.
All gravy. That's perfect.
It's like I know.
I think
where
with
it's all
distance
at,
level,
as
you
soon
shouldn't
as the
take a
DM
feat.
says, "All right, roll this one." I
You
have
should
no
try
idea
and
where
get
it's at.
your strength up, because one more point in strength gives you an extra +1 on your attacks.
Just
Bingo.
To hit any damage.
Yep. I mean, there's a few feats that like if you do take the athletics feat, you do get +1 to strength anyway. So that could be something to look into.
So
But anyway,
are we taking a long rest?
Yeah, I think we need to.
let's all rest in the shrine of the Dragon Queen. That sounds like a
Before
great idea.
anybody
Yeah.
sleeps.
He has nice armor. What about his weapon?
The great sword, the spear's broken. Obviously, that's
Yeah,
what you guys did.
Because we're Order of the Broken Spear.
That's our jam.
The greatsword, like Thornock, as you're comparing his greatsword to yours, you see that his is a lot more like jagged looking. It's got a lot of like these kind of flowing, spiky features to it. It seems to be comparable to yours.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Take that bitch's spear.
What about the what were they? The
These berserkers.
berserkers. Yeah.
Yeah. They all carry.
Scimitars.
They all carry great axes and they have hide armor. So.
Light armor.
Yep.
Would
But
that
nothing else
hinder
on it.
my spell casting?
Yeah,
Yes.
because you're not proficient.
Anything would hinder your spell casting
Okay, never mind.
unless you
You have to
spend a feat to
I
become
don't
proficient.
have feet, so I don't think yet.
Any-
Well, you will get one at level
I'd like
4.
to search the room for any traps or additional hidden
Okay.
passageways or anything.
So the first thing that you notice as you're searching the room is, hey, look, there's an acid trap that happens if you open the chest improperly.
I took it to the face. No worries. Can I like flint a fire, like stone and flint, and start a fire?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of candles in here, but yeah, if you want to start a fire too.
Well, we're gonna spend the night. We need to stay warm. Candles aren't warm; they're just light.
All right. So Akio creates a fire in the middle of this.
I don't need a flint. Fireball. Or wait, firebolt. That's the catch.
So you spend like 20 minutes with the flint and you can't get it to work and you're just like, firebolt. Perfect. Let me actually get.
Can I tell my story? should I wait?
Over a campfire?
Yes, you can.
there
As soon as everybody settles in, you don't find any more traps. Doesn't appear to be any other secret passages or anything. There's a passage heading off this way, and there's a passage heading down further.
Is there a place for the smoke to vent in this room?
Yes, there would
How
have
high
to
is the
be.
ceiling? Is it high enough?
It's like 20 feet
I
high.
just don't want us all dying of asphyxiation.
If that happens, I will put the fire out. Obviously. I mean, I'm drunk, but I'm not like. I'm conscious of what's going on around me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially now that I found this other ring.
Just asking. I don't want to be like, oh, by the way.
I'm like, Akio is nervous AF right now.
Yeah.
I'm visibly shaking at this point.
Hmm. And everybody kind of gathers around the fire, licking your wounds, that sort of thing.
Look, guys, I don't tell this to anybody, but about a year and a half before I got kicked out of the Arcane Brotherhood, which you never have heard about, it's like the Illuminati, okay? You've never heard about it.
And you never will
I've
again.
worked there. That's all you need to know.
I've
I
heard.
was on a mission. I went to the Moonshade Isles. I recovered a scroll for the Arcane Brotherhood. On my way back, I went to Waterdeep. I was really hungry and bored, and I was walking along the slaver ship pulled up. There was a half-orc and some other assholes on this boat beating up some woman. So I obviously confronted them because I have conscience. They proceed to attack me, and this chick actually kicked their ass. I was just happened to be there while she did it. She like wrapped her chains around this guy's neck, jumped over the boat, like choked him out. She was pretty badass. She was a half elf. We ran into some alley, hid into a bar. She had this purple ring on her finger, and her eyes were purple, like the purplest I've ever seen. And there was some sort of connection. It wasn't like sexual or anything. It was like an arcane connection. Like we had the same magic vibration. She gave me her ring and said, "I'll find you," and I never heard from her since. I obviously dipped into my drinking, and things have happened, and I've been kicked out, and I have not heard from her since. I can only assume the worst. And now I find this goddamn ring that is the exact same as the one she gave me, except gold instead of purple.
It's not purple.
And by the way, this ring, if you can't tell by my finger, has dug into my skin. The purple has faded. It has drawn blood from my hand and turned the gemstone black. I don't know why. I have no idea. I can only assume maybe her life force is gone. Maybe she's turned to the dark. I don't know. But this ring is one step closer to this answer of what happened to her. Name was Lilith. I never told her my name. I never told her anything about me. She left before I can help her.
Curious.
I don't know what's going on. I have this ring dug into my finger, and now I find this. Obviously, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. We had some sort of magical connection. Obviously, I have a dark past. I'm afraid it might be a connection to darkness.
So
and
this-
especially now that we're finding Tiamat and the Horde of the Dragon Queen, or whatever the hell this cave is, I fear for our safety at this point.
What? So was it something that as soon as you put it on, it adhered to your essence?
No. It was months
All the
later.
time.
Months later. I was in the northernmost reaches. You don't need to know the town or the tower or anything of this. It's secret information.
Bellhurst.
Yes. The DM knows, but you don't need to know.
That's not even a town on here. It's a small town. So
What I
It's a
read.
very small town in the north. The ring dug into my skin. I tried to rip it off of my hand, and it actually shot a blast of energy and knocked me out. And from then on, I've been some drinking vagabond until I happened to find Brahm in Waterdeep.
Yes, indeed.
And we drank and played games and sang songs, and ever since then, we've been friends. And somehow here we are now in Greenest, and now in this damn cave of never ending. And
Indeed.
now you know everything about me, and I would not share it beyond this circle of friends that I trust.
Oh, absolutely. Do I, based on his description and the School of Arcane stuff, can I roll to see if I know the nature of what the spell may or may not be?
if you would like to.
As far as if I've seen something similar to help him in his.
I put my ring close to your finger. See?
Let's make some more room on this table.
That looks like it's festering. Natural 20.
Now you know why I drink.
You really got natural.
Natural 20.
I really did.
Lord, it's been a mystery.
This.
See?
And I want to see the other one with it. And
This one's not dug into me yet. Hmm?
Yes.
So it's not an arcane bit of knowledge for you. It's actually a bit of lore that you heard.
It's lore.
You
Thank goodness I found a Lord bar.
You were sitting in a tavern one evening, enjoying a nice cup of ale, and listening to the stories of another traveling bard who spoke of the Hidden Order.
The Hidden Order.
Mm-hmm. He didn't give it a name other than the Hidden Order. He said nobody really knows their name. Actually, no.
Oh.
You have heard of the Arcane Brotherhood before, despite him saying that it's very Illuminati. They're actually rather open about their
Roll
stuff.
my eyes.
I was sworn to secrecy.
roll my eyes a little bit and give a wink to everybody. But
So the Hidden Order supposedly has this mission to protect the world from graver threats, and they are identified by these rather unique rings.
Okay.
There aren't your usual kind of like magic rings and everything. They have a very dormant property to them.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're like looking and examining the ring, you can't feel any magic off of it. And talking with Akio, he says yes, that, he hasn't felt any magic off of it either.
you don't feel any of your life force being drained.
No, it just made me bleed. And it's stuck on my finger for good. I've tried ripping it off, and it kicked my ass, and I fell downstairs.
Well, I've only heard but in whispers, but there's an order that I've heard. Again, very little, but this seems to be part of the unknown. I'll write this down. Unknown.
An unknown order of magic users.
The Hidden Order.
The Hidden Order.
I feel like it might be tied to this Dragon Queen, or the opposite Bahamut, but I don't know. It's just my intuition.
I would definitely don't try to take it off, as you probably already know. But get very curious. You have something of great power.
Okay. I put my hand in my pocket. Actually, Monk, do you know anything?
Are you gonna roll a quick crit too? What can you find out?
I say, I'm sorry, Akio. I've spent the last 30 years sequestered in a monastery, perfecting my body, as you can tell,
Pretty good.
by my third death in the last couple of weeks that we've been together.
You do tend to get into a lot of trouble, don't you?
It always works.
I keep biting off a little more than I can.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Don't worry about it. He goes unconscious all the time.
For other reasons.
On purpose. All right.
Half-orc, I want you to know, Thordunk, your female lady is more important than this ring at this time. This is a mystery for years. Your thing is present. So just, we'll do your thing first.
In the quest log, it goes,
I'm
Sornok's girlfriend.
Main quest.
I'm a side quest compared to your
Background quest.
That's a solid thanks.
I'm trying to amend our relationship since you throw me in the trash pile.
Can we true up on XP?
Yes, actually. So the XP that you all earned from that was 340 apiece.
Woo-hoo.
Yes.
That was good.
And how much did I get for that trap?
50.
Okay.
I keep almost putting it in the set XP instead of add XP.
That would be problematic.
Oh,
You said 40?
Yeah, 340 for you, Thornock.
Oh, I'm so close. I can maybe get there with a couple more
I'm 3/4 of the way. Wait, do I get anything for finding the ring?
Actually, I am going to give you 100 XP bonus for character progress.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
Okay, can we rest up before we move on?
Yep.
I'll take the first watch.
So I'm going to say that the watch has passed without incident tonight.
Yeah.
There don't appear to be any sort of stirrings or anything. Every now and then you hear kind of a kobold, but none of them seem to be getting close to this room.
It's like we go in, we fight for like 3 minutes, and then we're all like, oh, I'm wasted.
23 hours and 57 minutes.
Yep.
Can I
You
pull
guys were in there for like a week. What's going on?
If you like to pull wrong side, yes.
I pull wrong side.
I'm gonna take a potty break.
Yeah, take a break if you need to.
She's tied to some darkness. Don't tell the others. Fair enough. This is between me and you because we are friends.
Fair enough.
Is Lunera in whispering range, by the way?
No, she's off sharpening
Okay.
her weapons, sleeping,
This is between me.
sharpening her horns
I think
with her
something
weapons.
terrible might have happened to her and her clan. Let's keep this between us for now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Thank you for keeping
I
it
will
secret.
keep an eye. I will keep an eye on it. Your secret is safe with me, my friend.
We've been friends for, what, a year and a half now?
Yes.
Before greatest?
Long time.
Lots of drinks, lots of songs,
Lots of gold.
money.
Yes.
Yes, we're on the same page. Okay, thank you. And I flick you 10 gold. To keep my secret.
Not
So you
necessarily.
flick him a stack of
also
10
was
gold?
Thordunk in my range.
Not necessarily.
No, I wouldn't think so. You pulled him aside specifically so nobody could hear you.
Okay, so 10 gold to you, Brom. To keep my secret.
Yes.
You're bribing him.
Completely.
No,
unnecessary.
we're friends, but I understand that his
understands my
motivation
language.
is gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He understands my language.
We've been together a year and a half. We know gold is our
It's an
lingo.
anniversary.
It's our anniversary! It's 10 gold! Don't tell anyone. Tink.
All right, so there are 3 doors out of this room.
Oh, goodness. The one we came out of.
Yep, the one you came out of,
Stairs down and
stairs down, and that one that seems to be
Did
just
they-
leading off to a
do
side.
they look like they're going down
Okay, good, 'cause I
a
just
long
checked
ways?
it.
They look like they are moving down a longer ways.
Okay, hey guys. I'd suggest before going down we go right down
To
this
the
passageway here.
Mushrooms?
Is
that the
does
mushroom?
feel
No.
like we're going in a circle, but maybe
This, yeah,
Is this a circle or is this a new passage?
not. It's a new passage.
So are you gonna head down that path?
Yeah, let's
So you head down that path. It's actually a very short path. You kind of come around. You've got your dancing lights on to kind of lead the way, and you come around the corner and you see this splattered corpse on the ground and a rope ladder leading up.
Oh!
I want to have the.
Thornok! You dropped a man here!
I want to have my dancing lights and like a.
Is that him?
little
Is the
box
throw up still there?
You know what I'm talking about, the Koroks or whatever the guys in the forest.
Did you hear Thornok?
Legend of Zelda.
I'm not.
Did you hear Thornok?
No, Thornok. What was that?
Is the throw up still there where he fell?
Oh yeah, there's still vomit there. It's dried, but it's
What
still
is that?
vomit.
Thornok, this is your man! You dropped him.
Can we loot him?
Okay,
Why not see
then in that
my-
case, let's go back to.
Does he have anything
Let's
in his
see.
pockets?
I'm gonna have to get out the maps.
Yeah, can I loot him?
He barred
So
himself
let's see.
and
So
then-
this is.
We came in that way and went that way.
Yep.
Right.
So here, if we're connecting everything together here.
Oh,
Hold on, I need to take a look.
So this was the entrance.
right.
You came in here and you went down this path
where
that
we
led
found-
you to
This
the
is
other end of the
mushrooms,
path.
fungus, right?
Yeah, so this is the mushroom fungus area. Is this showing up on the camera for everybody to see?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
Actually, slide
You can zoom it in if you need.
that one down a bit. Oh no, sorry, this one in a bit. There we go.
So we came down here, garbage room.
Garbage room is here. You
Paths.
never went down this
We didn't go
path.
down that way. We went this way.
You went this way, which led you to here, and then that led you up to the barracks, and then you went around
But in the
to.
barracks, was there an unexplored fork
No.
from the barracks? No. Okay, so this is the
So
only.
you've got this unexplored fork, and then you've got this
the
one.
stairs going down.
Yep.
Let's backtrack to here before we go down any further. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so you all take a
We
moment,
gotta
gather
figure out
yourselves.
this whole thing before we report
back.
back to Leos.
So,
right.
I think he was saying you wanted to see if you could loot the corpse.
Okay, Thordok, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
It's another natural 20.
Don't waste it on
You, surprisingly, you find a sack of 10 barf-covered silver pieces.
Beautiful.
All right, so we are heading back here.
Checking for
As
traps
we're
along the way.
walking, I'm just gonna be like, what is that smell? Thorok, did you take something from the corpse?
Just hush.
I can smell you from here, friend.
You need to take a bath.
All right, so you enter back into the cave.
Where the bats were.
Yep. Again, the bats are kind of back up above you. They've had enough time to recover and everything.
Right.
So everybody's going to roll me a stealth check. And Lunera, you actually have disadvantage on stealth checks.
Okay.
We haven't been doing this, but you're in chainmail.
Oh.
So that's disadvantage.
11 plus.
I rolled a 4.
She's
Four?
a split man now.
Well, 5.
Oh, did you upgrade to the splint mail?
Didn't you take it?
Yeah,
So we'll have you take it. It's still built for a half dragon, so it's probably going to be a bit too large for you at the moment. Unless you want to kid, yeah. But you should be able to modify it at town. So,
Okay.
and that should, I think that's bringing you. You're all pretty close to encumbrance at this
So
point.
then you said that is a +1 to my armor class.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, got a lot of weight left.
So you guys are heading through, and Thornok slams his toe into a rock and grunts. And what did everybody else get?
Only an 8.
8?
16.
16?
16.
16.
Oh, sweet 5.
Do we hit? Yeah, you didn't pass without trace on.
8.
I'm only
Did you roll twice and use the lower result? Okay. 8. So Thornok does stub his toe and everybody goes shh, at which point the bats come streaking down again. It takes a few minutes for them to clear out, but you are all prepared, and the one sturge that does for you, you slice it down. It's not even worth any sort of XP.
Okay.
And then you have this other tunnel.
Can I scout ahead into the tunnel?
So
maybe stealth along.
yep, it's actually another set of steep descending steps.
Oh, okay.
And at the end of those steps, a curtain hangs across the passage. It looks like it's made from hundreds of heavy leather strips, each about the width of a human hand. They're fixed to the ceiling and are long enough to drag on the floor. And then the curtain extends from wall to wall. And the leather comes from a variety of local animals and is badly cured.
So it's cracking.
Okay.
And it looks like it's about 7 layers thick, and so you can't see it through it at all. And also at the entrance to this staircase, maybe about 3 steps down, you find let's see, what is it again? Where is this?
I don't know.
It's a spear, about 3 steps in, with a pitted blade.
Thordonk, that looks about your size. Can I see that?
So I go back and I tell everybody to, like, there's a curtain up ahead, but I don't know what's beyond it, so let's keep it down. And I show them the spear. Does it look? I mean,
Is it better than Thornock's spear?
well, he has
Can I-
javelins.
I mean, it's a normal spear. It looks like
I have a spare. I'm looking to upgrade it.
Before you touch it, hold on, and I want to do a ritual of detect magic.
Okay.
I want to see if I can figure out if it's cursed.
Okay, so you take 10 minutes to gather your magical prowess, and when you open up your mystic eye, you see that there is nothing magical in this
No
room.
weapons?
Nope.
I think you're safe. And then so for the next 10 minutes, yes, 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be
Alrighty.
watching for
Trying
stuff.
to detect.
Oh, and then roll me a perception check because you said you were looking for traps as
Yeah. 6.
well. Okay. You don't find any traps.
It's safe, go.
Are dancing lights still floating around Akio? Sorry.
No.
Dancing lights floating around Akio?
No.
Dancing lights are 1 minute, so I have to keep
So
it
I'm
fresh.
blind.
So while I'm in the 10 minutes.
Lunera, can I hold your tail
Yes,
so I
you
don't
may.
fall? Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. Alright, so Ari tells everybody what he sees, and you said be quiet, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then are you guys going to head down?
Yeah. Let's. Let me. Actually, let me. I'm gonna just say, like, let me see if I can see what's on the other side of the curtain here. So I want to try and stealth.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw as you enter the curtain.
Did we take a long rest earlier?
Yes. You guys, yep.
I didn't mark that down, so let me do that real quick.
21.
21. So you start moving into the curtain, and then you quickly pull back because you see that on, kind of hidden in these folds, there's a bunch of barbs
Okay.
in the curtain.
Okay.
Yep.
Like iron.
They're badly cured. We can't see beyond it. I say, I just tell everybody, you know, the curtain's barbed. We may be able to burn our way through this, but I don't know what's on the other side.
Can I cast firebolt at it? It's a cantrip.
Mm-hmm. If you like to cast firebolt, sure.
Yeah, I want to cast firebolt and see if I can burn through the leather.
Okay.
Thornock.
Ready yourselves.
Be careful.
Thornock.
I don't know what's on the other side, and I cast
Yes.
Would you be amenable to, I mean to say, would you be okay with a Thornock special carrying me in case something goes bad? I'm not very fast.
Sure.
So are you going to burn your way through all of the curtain?
I want to just cast it and see what how far I can go.
I step back to join the rest of the group.
You hit probably 2 or 3 curtains, and they just kind of crumble.
How many more are there?
A lot more.
I just tell Thornock,
It's
don't
gonna
throw
take.
me unless absolutely necessary.
It's probably going to take 2d6 minutes.
Okay. Let me roll that.
I'll roll it.
Keep going.
About 9 minutes of work for you.
I got 9 minutes as well.
Nice.
Okay. So I just keep casting it and saying stand back, and then I keep walking through. Obviously I'm blind except for my firebolt that I'm casting out.
So you finally burn the rest of them away. You kind of have to sweep the barbs to the side still because it burns the leather away, but there's still these barbs.
And then
Yeah, they're
I
almost
turn-
like caltrops
I
at
turn
this
to
point.
Ari and I say, I can't see shit. Go forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
There doesn't appear to be anything on the other side of the curtain so far, and it just kind of leans down a little bit more.
Okay. So I'm gonna stealth through the gap in the curtains, looking for traps as I go, and
I'm gonna try and clean up the barbs on the ground so we have a clear
picking my way
runaway.
carefully.
Okay. So the smell of old blood assaults your nose. The floor is covered with dried puddles of it. 4 floor-to-ceiling columns are spaced across the chamber, and chains have been strung between them like clotheslines. Animal carcasses hang on hooks from the chains. You see gutted and skinned antelope, deer, goats, and what might be big cats, and even a few small bears. Some of this meat has been here for a while, and if the smell is any reliable indicator. And this is also a very cold. It seems like it's a few degrees above freezing in here.
So the meat locker for the dragons. Is it?
And you do get a little tingle of arcane in this room as well. Just the room around it appears to be maybe enchanted.
Am I too drunk for the arcane, or do I feel the same?
He's detecting the magic specifically. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I can't tell it to him, but I'm saying, stay aware. There seems to be something ahead. I don't know what it is, but
Okay. How big is the room? Is it an enclosed room?
It's it's an enclosed room. Looking around, it's probably about maybe 50, 60 feet across.
Okay.
And
what's the school of magic?
That it's from, it's just a enchantment.
Enchantment. Okay.
I work
Seems
my
to be
way.
an enchantment.
I work my way back through the hole in the straps, and I just say, Psst. I'm not yelling this time. I say, Psst. Looks like it might be the meat storage room. I'm guessing for the dragons that they were trying to hatch.
Thordunk, do you want to check for your woman before we leave?
I say let's go check it out and just make sure that there's
Alright.
nothing here that we're
Did you
missing.
feel anything different? I'm sensing some kind of enchantment.
It just felt cold,
Was it cold as you entered the room, and when you left, it was?
and it
It was
returned
back-
to normal. Yeah, just felt like some sort of.
I would
It's
still
a freezing enchantment.
still be cautious. It seems to be some kind of cold enchantment.
Okay. I say, come on, let's check it out.
I let Thordunk go in front of me if he wasn't already,
All right.
and kind of smack him on the back, like, go in there.
Get on, buddy.
Get on going.
Okay.
Do it.
So you all enter into the room.
Okay.
Everybody go ahead and roll any perception checks.
23.
Ooh, natural 20.
Nice.
Critical failure.
Oh, jeez.
18.
So Akio doesn't notice anything, but that's because he's blind.
Blind anyway.
Yep.
Okay, thank
Poetic.
the Lord. Thought it was gonna be worse.
Okay. So the big thing that you guys notice is none of these corpses appear humanoid, so there's no half-orc in here, thankfully. Actually, is she a half-orc, Thornock, or is she a full orc? Did we lose Thornock?
She's half orc, half elf.
Half orc, half elf. Okay.
How does that work out?
She's a guy.
Orc guy.
But there doesn't appear to be anything else in this room other than meat.
Some of this may come in handy. I want to take.
Is it all rotten? Small.
Some of it's been here for a little while and is going a little rancid. There do appear to be a few fresh things. There's probably a brace of conies.
Okay, I want to grab just like 1 or 2 conies, just in case like we run into something that we might be able to distract with food. We're just gonna tie a little rope on my belt.
Are you close
the
to
conies are almost as big as I am.
Are you close to encumbrance? Because I can carry a lot.
I'm on 75 pounds.
We
I've
never
got like 10 more pounds.
We never took a ration.
I can carry it because I have like 125 pounds left. I'm traveling light. I will take the conies.
That's true, actually. Thank you for reminding me. Everybody needs to minus 1 more day's worth of rations.
Okay.
As you spent an entire day in a shrine.
Is that under equipment?
It should be under.
Are those conies
Inventory.
rotting? Are they rotting?
No, they're fresher.
Okay, then
Inventory.
can I bring one of them for perhaps something to cook later, or are they?
Sure.
Okay, I want to try and so 2 of them for you, and then I'm going to bring one of them just as a. Would that be considered a ration?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just another day's worth of rations.
So I have 2 on me.
Yes, just 2 rabbit,
Okay.
skinned
Add
rabbits.
that to my.
They're pre-scanned. Got it.
Okay, but there don't appear to be any other
Alright.
things in
Let's
this room.
go back and
Okay.
go down the stairs.
Nothing else magical in that room?
Nope.
Okay.
Just appears to be like the walls just seem to be enchanted.
Okay.
That's quite the handy enchantment.
Keep your food from spoiling.
Indeed. We might be able to.
All right, so back to the shrine room.
Shrine, and let's check out the stairs.
Okay. So you guys head down the stairs. What you see. The chamber that opens at the bottom of the stairs is immense. A wide ledge runs along the left wall and drops away to a pit on the right. Many stalactites descend from the ceiling, and the sound of dripping waters echo continuously.
Wait a minute. Say that again. A ledge runs along the left,
Yep, so here, let me...
drops down into a pit on the right.
Yep.
Okay, so the left, and then on the right of the ledge is a pit.
And you guys are on the... you're basically entering on this ledge.
Okay.
And you basically see it kind of curve around towards the end, and all these stalactites kind of just dripping from the ceiling. And then you guys see a staircase leading down deeper into this pit.
How long has it been?
It
to get back
looks...
to this point? I'm just seeing if my detect.
it's probably been about 15 minutes of travel.
Detect magic's down there.
Okay, let's proceed with caution. I'll be looking for traps
Okay.
as we go.
Let's see.
I've got Luna's tail.
Yep.
I'll let them get ahead for a moment.
So everybody who is actively looking, roll me a perception check.
6.
Is that happen? Probably.
Rob's just gonna be looking over the ledge, not really watching.
If I roll perception, can I have
6.
disadvantage?
You do have disadvantage on
I'm
perception.
just curious because I
Yeah.
might roll really well twice. You
Okay.
never know.
Well, you don't just perceive with your eyes; you can perceive with your ears and your nose. And by the time we get out of here, he's gonna have some like superhuman hearing or something. It's gonna compensate.
My worst is a 13.
Yeah.
And my 13, it's perception, right?
Right.
So 12.
12? Okay.
Sweet.
Like 6.
We're still in the dark, right? Would I get?
Yeah,
advantage?
you're no, you don't have advantage, but
You
you
just have
get-
normal sight.
You just have-
What did you roll
comment.
there, Brom?
Brom's not paying attention. Right
Okay.
now. He's gonna be trying to.
Thornock, were you paying attention enough that you were rolling a perception check?
That's a yes, by the way.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
21.
21.
Perfect. I wish my dice rolled like that.
Okay. All right. So you see that there's a gate at the end of this hallway, or at the top of the stairs rather. And Thornock, you're about a quarter of the way across the ledge when you see a figure come from around the corner, and you have enough time to stop and prevent any sort of sneak attack as this kobold throws something at you. So let me go ahead and draw this map really quick, and then we'll get started.
The things are all gonna fall into the
Would this be a dexterity save?
We will find out in just a moment here.
AKA, he has to look at the book.
Take the critical role punch. Have you heard about Loot Crate? Go to the critical role store now.
Have you heard about the primary children hospital donation? Was that the one you were doing?
Yeah.
Try.
Say.
And a year from now, it will come back.
You know, amassing all this gold should go to something, you know, worthwhile. So, you know, if Brom was able to donate, he would donate to Primary Children's Hospital in Salt Lake. Donations are still open now,
Holla.
all the way through December.
Nice.
Alright, so your part
reals through
is just
December.
about here.
Donate if you're watching or in the chat.
That's you, Reese. You gotta donate. You're the only person in the chat right now.
Yeah, don't be a douche.
And then we've got
I'll take the Amber approach. What are you,
this
6?
this way is the
So, Reese, today in one of our meetings, Amber, we were all voting on where we wanted to go.
sure.
And we voted on something that she thought was juvenile, and so she goes, "What are you all, 6?" And then like 4 people changed their vote.
I was one of the 4.
Was it the Boondocks?
It was
Who's Ember?
What did what? Sorry, what did you say,
I
Reese?
was a little disappointed because I love
Who's Amber?
Ember.
games and that. So.
Oh, Ember.
Ember. Yep.
She's a sales rep with red hair.
Have kids go to Boondocks like.
I thought he said
But
Amber.
that's what I said. Are we taking our kids to this event or not? Because if we're taking our kids, it's worth it for everyone.
Yeah. All right. So the
This is going down, or
yes,
Now
this is
we are
going down.
back
This
in
is
the game,
15
no more
feet
meta.
drop.
I used to love arcades, but now I got
and these are like pillars.
These are stalactites, I believe, that have
Mites
dropped.
are on the wall, mites are on the floor.
Coming up from the ground.
No, it's actually going to be ones coming down from the ceiling.
Stalactites.
Yep, they are low enough that they were able. Like it's kind of one of those connected column, right? Mm-hmm.
They're just.
Nah, they'll just be stalagmites. They're coming from the floor. That's just easier to
Go
explain.
from the
Yep.
floor. Stalagmites, don't step on
All
them.
right, so this is. Let's see.
yes, indeed.
How, are they about as tall as Brom?
Yeah, these are the kobolds.
They're pretty. No, the stalagmites.
Yeah, they're about 5 feet tall.
These are 1 gnome tall. Wait, 5
Brom,
feet tall?
they're a gnome and a half tall.
Gnome
Be
and a half.
careful.
Gnome and a half. Got it. This is how we're gonna start gauging people.
All right, so so this kobold, he hurls this. It looks like this kind of oval shaped, almost. He hurls it kind of like a football spiral, and it spirals over and it slams right into where Brahm is standing, and it just explodes in this sticky sap looking. And it's everybody within 10 feet of the impact point, so that actually hits everybody. It's going to make me a dexterity saving throw.
If we roll a critical 1, we're not gonna fall off the cliff, are we?
Right.
We'll find out. Dexterity saving throw, Thronox.
It's a 1. No, it's a 7. 6 plus dexterity plus 4.
Do I see it?
You see it coming, which prevents any of the advantage that they would have gotten for sneaking up on you, but it's still coming at you.
11.
6.
What's the save?
So it is 11 that you have to make.
Oh, 11.
11? Okay, good. No.
I made 11.
Okay.
15.
15. So everybody else kind of manages to duck out of the way because Thornock, kind of says, "Move!" And Ari kind of jumps into the air as this sap lands on the ground, but she realizes that I just jumped straight up, and you land in it. You are restrained. This is a glue bomb, by the way.
A glue bomb.
And then we will be going into combat. So I need initiatives.
How do I roll 5?
We rested, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Sweet, I got a
Long
20
rest.
this time. Plus my initials are
Right.
23. Now I get to go first and I can't move.
Did we do a long rest or a short one?
Long rest.
Sweet.
Wow.
Okay, so we're gonna call these. We're gonna do
I got a 20 on initiative.
Give me just a moment, and then I'll ask for it.
Door knock. Throw me.
I don't think you're close enough to hit more than one.
If he fails his save, I throw him off the edge of the cliff.
But it's only a 15-foot cliff.
Yeah, it's only 15 feet, right?
Never mind.
See, it
I
just
thought it was deeper. I was imagining.
no,
like
it just
it's
drops
almost
down
as
into
close.
this room.
Yeah.
here where
It's almost cool. You're,
Okay, so
Throw me like a football. Like speaking of football, I'm like.
Thornak, you said you got a 20.
Here's a gnome.
Yeah.
Akio, what'd you get?
sorry, I got a 4.
Okay, Ari,
23.
23.
Good on you.
Brahm
8.
Wow.
and Lunera,
I roll crappy on initiative.
7.
Okay.
Doubled me.
My only good rolls tonight have been on initiative.
But I'm too worried about my ring to
I'm
really
okay though,
care
then I
about
can heal
initiative.
Yeah, you're just kind of like,
Kinda like
you're fiddling with it again.
Oh yeah, has it been an hour?
So you would have gotten an hour last, this on the previous day when you guys were resting. So you
so
will
was
want
that an
to,
intelligence check?
yes.
Can I roll that real quick? Okay. Where's my intelligence? Right. Ooh, it's a +5. +3. I got 11 on that.
Okay, so what you need to do is you need to, you are at 11 out of 1,000.
Oh my lord! Do I need to keep track of this?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna make a note.
Sorry, is it 1,000? What did I set it at? No, it's 500. Sorry, it's
So 500. Okay.
yeah. It was originally 1,000, and then I remember we're not playing 4th edition, so you don't get exponential bonuses. And then this one got a. Yeah, that seems about right. All right. So the first one is Ari. Now, Ari, let's see, the target. The target or another creature within reach of it can use an action to make a strength check to see if you can break out of the restraint.
Okay.
So you can, or somebody else can for you on their turn as well.
I don't get. It's not a saving throw. It's a.
Nope. You use an action to
strength check.
make a strength check. Yep.
Okay. I don't have great strength.
Florida does.
Yeah, but he likes to murder people.
I bet Lunera does.
I've got +2.
Well, but regardless, it's my turn, right?
Yes, it is your turn.
So I can either try and do it myself or throw a dart at somebody.
This is +4.
And these are kobolds,
Is this
so
actually needing to be +4?
right? Didn't you say they were
That's
kobolds?
because you have.
Yes, they are
So
kobolds.
and these ones are saving throws. So you have.
So
So that's like mine
I'm
too.
gonna chuck a dart at the nearest
or
one.
like
Okay, that would be red that threw the
+2 unless it's +2.
glue bomb at you.
Okay.
Oh,
You
to
get
do
advantage
the
for the
save
efficiency or whatever.
Oh,
Here I go.
Proficient in
18.
something that gives that to you.
18 will, in fact, hit.
Okay, and it does
Yep.
4 damage.
4 damage,
yeah, and
which I'm wondering, that should be enough.
So you can hold down your
If I remember my kobolds correctly.
roll constitution. Or hold your breath underwater. Hold your breath.
Oh, nope, not quite enough. So,
Awesome.
I just wanted to kill one thing tonight.
that's
so
it.
he goes, it stabs into his shoulder and he curses and drops another glue bomb that he was preparing. And it doesn't quite hit him, but he's definitely lost his glue bomb there. So, good job. No, it is.
Okay, I see. So that's the room that they're in. For some reason, I was thinking we're narrow passage, and they were like on the narrow passage, and that's why I was thinking cliff. So
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
Sorry, maybe I'll draw
Makes
a
more
few
sense.
lines showing that this
No, it's
is.
okay. I was just because I was not seeing on the map properly.
Oh, and then it is this guy's turn. This guy is going to pull something out, and he kind of tosses it between his hands, and you can see it's kind of glowing black and red, and he tosses it towards you. And this is going to hit, Ari is in the middle. So each creature within 10 feet must succeed on a dexterity saving throw again, and it is actually I gotta look up restrain really quick to see if you get any detriment to that.
disadvantages or
Yeah.
something.
You can't do it. Dexterity save.
See conditions.
Condiciones.
Mm-hmm. 290 to 292.
Did they get a surprise round?
No. Well, their surprise round was that first glue bomb. Restrained speed becomes 0. Can't benefit from any bonus. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Creature's attacks roll have disadvantage. And then you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So roll twice, use the lower result. 11 is the number that you're trying to hit again, guys.
Well, I'm gonna fail.
Minus 60, I got a 12.
Okay. 12. So everybody who made it, everybody rolled. Did everybody roll for that dexterity saving throw?
Well, I did, didn't I?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Just roll.
All right, I'm rolling. Sorry.
I rolled a natural 18.
Okay.
16.
So yeah, you're good. So everybody who made their save only takes half this damage, but everybody who didn't, Ari, I think again is the only one. 5 fire damage as this bomb kind of soars in overhead, and then as it gets close, it just kind of glows red hot and explodes in this ball of fire. And this,
So you take that rounds up.
yeah, it rounds up. So 3.
Oh, 3.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. One more damage.
So Ornock, it is your turn.
How close am I to the nearest guy?
We only take 3 damage?
Yeah.
So you're close enough to get to red.
Okay.
Right here, but there's a gate in your way that you're going to have to use an action to break open.
Well, I'm going to use my action to break it open.
Okay? And you're going to just run down into Red's face?
Yeah.
Okay?
Watch out for guard drakes. There's plenty.
And then
I'm
it
going to
is...
rage.
Okay. And then you're going to enter your rage. Red is going to go next. Since you're next to him, he's just going to abandon any sort of other glue bombs, and he's just going to try and stab you with his dagger. And he rolls an 18 to hit.
Yeah.
That's a Voxel dolphin.
Which is 5 piercing damage total. So halved, of course. And then it is... Green is going to actually throw a glue bomb to try and hit Thornock. So Thornock, go ahead and roll me another dexterity saving throw. And he's throwing it right here so that it explodes in that 10 feet.
19.
19, okay, so you're good on the glue bomb there. And then this guy is going to throw a firebomb. So go ahead and roll me one more dexterity saving throw.
Arrest for your relief.
Oh. That is next.
15.
Which I do not know. I should have.
Okay, so you're only going to take half damage on this. So the total damage was 8, so you take 4, cut in half 2. Okay, and then it is Brahm's turn.
Sorry, I was just looking up this for her. The hell should be. Alright, so Brahm is going to see how far out is the furthest one for me?
The furthest one is 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50.
50, and we're up, down, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in there. I am going to rage. No, I wish. He's gonna look down there. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on which one was the one that lobbed the fireball.
This was the one that lobbed the fireball.
I'm gonna turn to him and ticked off.
Actually, he would be over
And
here.
be like, you treacherous little son of a duck. And then I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers
Okay.
at the first level.
And it
36.
is...
Wisdom saving of 12.
Okay, well, he definitely does not make that, so what's the damage?
6, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep, so this blast hits him and he just crumples to the ground.
Her head explodes.
Yeah.
That was a powerful.
Chill it, 11. Chill it. Your nose bleeding?
That guy's been listening to too much. Oh gosh. Dubstep.
Dubstep. Lunir, it is your turn.
Alright.
So, Ari is currently trapped in this glue bomb. You can use an action to make a strength check to try and save her, or to get her out of it. Or you won't be able to move and get to somebody this turn and attack, unless you want to use like that bonus action that you
I
have.
will try and save Ari.
Okay.
Stuck in the glue.
We can't have you die
So
4 times.
roll and then add your strength.
I don't think these
So it's the
kobolds are
saving
too much like
throws.
that.
No, so you're just going to roll and add your strength bonus.
17 plus 2, 19.
Yeah, so Lunira reaches down and she just grabs this hardened glue and just shatters it. And then, would you like to move down?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm assuming you're going to head for a different kobold, but if you want to head for the same one, you can.
Yeah, different cobalt.
Okay. So you're going to head this way. Now, you do have your bonus action that you can take
Yes.
if you want to throw your axe at it.
Probably kill it if you hit.
Throwing the axe at it. It's risky. Mainly because we know how bad my first
Your first attack is.
Yeah, but your axe attack has always been good. And this is an axe.
Alright.
Just do it.
I trust.
Okay,
Alright.
so you get to the bottom of the stairs and you rear back and you hurl your axe.
12 plus 4, 16.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright. That just, well, 3 damage.
3 damage. So it stabs into him and he kind of stumbles back and kind of clutches the pillar, but he still seems to be standing.
Okay.
So it should in theory kill him eventually.
He will die.
At which point you all hear this voice in your head that says, "Hunger, meat." And crawling from a crevice over here is a large blue and white spider.
Shelob.
Son of a Sheila!
And she crawls up here and she eyes everybody, and then she's actually going to make a web attack against Braum.
Just got out of this glue.
Okay, so I need you dexterity.
So let me just check here. Actually, it might not be a web attack. Let's see.
Anything die? One died. She came out, asked for meat.
What?
So what I got
She
to
freed me out of the
I
glue.
freed Ari,
Okay.
got to the bottom of the stairs, threw my axe at a
Didn't quite
kobold.
Ooh, sorry.
But it took only 3 damage. So it's
yeah.
not dead.
Okay, please hurt.
He's hurt bad.
Okay.
And I saw the spider and I went, whoa!
And then spider.
I've never seen a spider.
The phone.
No, it's trying to grapple you first, so
Okay.
it's got to.
Is that a strength saving throw?
No, so it's going to roll an attack against you first. So it is a 21.
That just barely hits. Yeah.
Okay.
Just barely.
Just barely.
So you are restrained, and you have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Let's
I
see.
thought it was dexterity.
Dex to avoid it.
No, Dex is for restrained, but this is in addition to it.
Got it.
As this basically, this spider like rears back and this line of webbing comes out and wraps around you, and it's going to, and you can see it's already starting to pull you towards
I'm a
it.
wizard,
It has a
right?
point.
So I'm next. Am I next?
Akio is next.
I go, you shall not pass. Firebolt to the spider.
Okay.
And that's a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
It spoke common.
It did speak common.
What a bastard. That's 7. I keep rolling
You
7s.
keep rolling 7.
7's my lucky.
777.
7 damage to you.
Okay. It hits it and it kind of shudders a little bit, but it's still.
It's fire. Spiders hate fire. Do I get advantage?
No.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, bro.
Did it move up and attack? No, it just shot web.
Yep, it just shot web. And then it's up to the top of the round with Ari.
It hopped a loogie.
Well, looks like you guys got the
Your key
kobolds.
points are gonna work this round, I swear.
A hockaloogie sticky.
I wonder if I can
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
No
Okay, you can get right there.
No spider rider.
So, the closer you get to it, the
GSR.
bigger it gets.
It's large.
Yep, it is a very large spider.
Let's see if I can make it 3 deaths in 1 day.
Yep.
Don't die.
Don't do it.
I can't handle it again. My hands are still shaking from my ring.
Alright, I'm gonna attack.
I can't keep getting rings.
The first one is a 6.
See that?
Hey.
Steady as a rock. Yeah, but this too bad. This is my
What shooting?
Let's
hand?
see.
This is my shooting hand.
I'm
Okay.
assuming a 6 is not gonna hit.
No, unfortunately not. The spider expertly blocks you with its front leg.
The next one is a 14.
That will hit.
Alright. For 4 damage.
I was going to try and read it. But it might turn into paste before it can.
Okay.
Spider paste, spider paste. It
And
tastes great doing it.
I'm actually going to use a key point for for my dodge. What's it called?
So you're gonna take the dodge action, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have +2, isn't it? No.
It's just I have advantage, or sorry, they have disadvantage
Disadvantage to
when
attack you,
when
okay.
they attack.
Okay.
I just say I'm really glad that I didn't do the second level when I killed that kobold.
Yeah.
All right.
If I was doing it, I was like, wait, it's kobold.
One's dead.
Yeah.
Thornock, it's your turn.
I'm gonna kill the kobold.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
15.
That'll hit.
This is off, right?
8 damage.
He's off tomorrow, right?
I don't know. Okay, that kills that kobold.
Yeah.
Good.
And would you like to move to another one?
Do I know this? The giant spider?
Yeah, you heard the same words in your head as everybody else.
Some power.
I'm gonna go to the other kobold.
Okay.
Get those little a-holes out of the way.
Okay. So you killed red. Green is going to try and stab Thornock with a dagger since he's close. And he's going to hit a
Get him.
13.
My armor class is 13.
Okay, so that is going to be... Land on my leg, I'm counting it. 3 piercing damage.
You mean 1 piercing damage?
2. Half to round up.
Whatever.
Don't cheat, Thorno.
And then the other one is going to try and throw a firebomb at Lunera. So Lunera, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Next round, Thornock, just pick him up and throw him at the other kobold.
I'm going to.
Well, it's a 4 plus 1, 5.
Okay, so you take 3 fire damage.
Okay.
And then it is Brom's turn.
Okay.
Brom, you are wrapped up.
I want to
Harumpo, harumpo,
see if the spider reacts, and call out to it. Would it be an action to talk to it?
No, it'd just be a free action.
Okay,
Talking is free action.
Under free action, see if it responds.
Okay.
And say, we brought you an offering. Stop this madness.
Hungry.
Can I?
Oh, I have conies.
I have a coney, but I can't get to it. And I say, if you release me, I have food for you.
Go ahead and roll me a diplomacy check, please.
This is what Brom's good at. No, that's on the board.
Which is charisma.
15
right?
plus 6.
Yes.
Hold up. Pretty sure 6. Wait for it. Load quicker. The suspense is killing me. Persuasion, you said?
Yes.
Yes, that is +6. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23.
It sits there for a moment, and then one of the legs comes up, and it looks like it's going to hit Ari for a second, and then it just drops down and snaps the line.
Okay, I take my action to throw him the coney that I got.
Okay.
We have more.
The spider catches it and chomps on it and starts ripping it to pieces.
And then should you want more, feel free to eat any of the local kobolds.
Kobolds disgusting.
Fair enough. I agree. Let us dispatch with them and then we'll continue. And then that's the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. So that's the end of Brahm's turn. Lunera, it's your turn.
All right, let's go ahead and. I was a fool and did not grab any meat, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack the kobold.
Okay. So you'll move the rest of the way to Mr. Black.
Mr. Black. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's the short sword with 2 + 4 = 6.
Okay, that's a miss.
Obviously.
And then you grab your axe and you pull it out and then try to bring it down again.
That's 14.
That will hit.
Second shot every time.
Every time.
I am known as Two-Shot Casey.
Because you always have
It's like name your sword like
7.
distraction.
yeah,
Just kidding.
That's enough to kill it.
Left.
Yay.
Just name it left and say, watch my left.
All right, and then it is the spider's turn. The spider is going to look at Brahm for a moment, and then it kind of shimmers and disappears, and then it's going to reappear right here,
Teleporting spider.
and
I'm just like, so.
and it just reaches down and sinks its fangs into the kobold's neck and tosses it to the side. I'm not even going to roll for it.
Get for summoning a spider.
And then, Thornock, there's a spider in your face.
No, I don't. Son of a.
There's a magic spider in my face.
Yep.
Yes, not a real one.
Is there someone that can let me know that we're trying to help it?
Akio, it's your turn.
It's my turn?
Yep.
I have conies.
Do you want to tell Thornock not to attack it first?
Thornock, be gentle, be calm.
You could be a mount.
Be calm, Thornock.
Fucking mount.
We've got this. And for my action, let's see, I have 2 rabbits. I toss the spider both rabbits. And I say, chill the F out, bruh.
So the spider kind of skitters around Thornock, kind of goes between those 2 stalagmites, just like over his head, and it goes to those rabbits and it just starts eating them.
I actually don't toss them. I'm kind of holding them far away from me.
Okay, so it's
Can
going
it come
to.
up to me?
Yep. So it's going to skitter and them up here. It's very large up close. It is terrifying. And it's going to snap them out of your hands and.
No, I wanted to move it away from you guys so you can attack the kobolds.
The kobolds are
They're all
dead.
dead. So are we
this
out
is a
of?
fail
We're in combat, but not.
Essentially, because right now this spider is eating, and
Okay.
you've.
I want to try and talk to it.
Okay, so it's eating, and you can try and talk to it as it's eating.
I forgive us.
Everybody else starts like slowly advancing towards it.
Forgive us. This, we have
prefer
come.
to keep my distance.
Okay, so you're gonna stay around here.
We've come into this glorious place, and we apologize. We didn't know this was your home. I do know of a place that there's more food. Should you, have information to help us?
And the spider like glances over you and goes, "More."
Yes, more.
Can
Is
I
there
use
any
my
more?
bonus action to like reach out and try and stroke it to
Oh,
see if
shoot.
it's nice
It's
to me?
bit.
Just let him.
So-
let the bard do his
Animal-
thing.
Yes, so you reach out and you stroke it,
Very slowly,
Mhm.
like
And
it's not fast.
and
It's,
as soon as you
it
touch those
obviously
spidery like
sees
those
me.
hairs, it rears back and kind of skitters back a little bit and hisses at you.
He meant no harm. He meant no harm.
Whoa, Bessie. Whoa.
I have more food for you. If you can tell me, are there any more of these other creatures here?
No.
Whoa.
Okay.
It's a nice raspy voice.
Do you live here, or can I take you to this place? It is abundant in food.
Show me.
Back to the group.
Let's show it.
Point it out.
Let's go together.
Yes.
It changes its mind.
The
You
mushrooms.
surround it.
No, the refrigerator.
The refrigerator.
Locker.
It's full of
Do
stuff.
you like meats or mushrooms? We have both.
It looks at you with like half a dead rabbit in its mouth, and just kind of like
It's all
gives you
animals.
that. Yeah.
Meat it is. Brum,
So-
your turn.
So,
Brum.
is there anything else in this room that we would want to look at?
If you would like to, you can examine the room.
We'll be
You don't
back.
have to take the time.
Okay, we'll be back in this room.
Okay.
So I want to lead the spider. Does it seem to react? I'm gonna try and do dancing lights so he can see, and in the form of just a little like trickster elf.
Maybe you should ask
running.
what its name is.
What is your name? As we're walking along,
Bressa.
Bressa. How long have you been here?
I have been here for a long time.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Is this your home or is this your prison?
I live here.
Fair enough. And were they these intruders or were they?
Kobolds brought me food. I eat food and help.
Fair. Well, we know. How do you help?
Protect their clutch.
Clutch.
Eggs.
If I show you,
locker.
I can show you a abundance of food that you can
And you
feast
want to
upon
kill it.
at whatever at whatever you desire.
Either way.
Do you know where this clutch is? Would you
Yeah.
mind?
And she looks back down the stairs, like she turns her body and just kind of looks back down the stairs and then looks back and says, "Meat."
Meat. Okay, meat. Fair enough. Here, good faith. Let's go. So I'll take her to the meat locker.
Okay. So you take her there, and as soon as like she gets past the curtain, she sees the meat. She just starts like climbing up and starts spinning a web. She doesn't even seem to be bothered by the cold.
Okay. This is our offering to you.
And she just starts like she's completely ignoring you now. She's completely like she's just taking these meats and she's wrapping them up in her own webbing.
She's not a person. Dang it, I can't charm her.
That's okay. I think she'll be content for a while. Probably long enough for us to continue exploring the dungeon and get out of here.
We will be back.
Spider. Does she like drinks? I got some.
Just goes back to its meat.
That bottle was full when you
I
got
pick up the wizard and take him away.
Yes.
So Thornok throws Akio over his shoulder and you all exit the room.
Right?
And you head back to this room, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I still got it somehow.
So off in this area there is another spider web. It doesn't appear to be going anywhere. It's just like a little alcove where Bressa seemed to be making her home. Down here, as you go exploring, you do find something. Something. You find something.
I say, well played, Bard.
Indeed. Sometimes.
I've heard of snake charmers, but never a spider charmer before.
Nor I. I was quite surprised that it could speak.
Everybody roll me a perception check.
22.
13.
No, sorry, 21.
8.
3.
Anybody get above a 15?
21.
21? Okay. So you guys are all looking for a little bit and you're not finding anything, and then you kind of notice that some of these patterns are a little weird, and you move some camouflage to the side and you see a small huddle of dragon eggs.
Wait, where is this?
Small being comparative. It's just around this area, we'll say.
Hatched or
Yeah, it's unhatched. There are 3 of them.
Does anyone here know about dragons?
Well,
Can I roll
you
a
guys would
intelligence
either
check
lore
or something?
Arcana.
check.
It would be a nature check to know anything about the eggs.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, that's great.
I'm just
Oh,
picturing-
17.
Picturing Akio.
17?
sitting on fire naked with a bunch of dragon eggs
so
in the hatch.
just so everybody knows,
Come on, baby.
each egg is about 3 feet tall, and
Let's go.
they look pretty hefty. You can tell, like, as you examine them, you can tell what type of dragons these would be. These would be black dragon eggs.
These are black dragons, and if they hatch, they have that thing where the first thing they see is their mom or dad. So I will be their dad. If they hatch.
Is that something that legit?
Are you making this up? I think you're making this up.
That is an Akio original idea. Whether or not it's true is an entirely
original.
different idea.
Okay.
All black dragons, the first thing they see is their mommy.
I want to look to Thornock, because Thornock was in the black market type pirating, right?
What's
Thornock,
It's piracy.
what do you suppose these this clutch of eggs would fetch in the black market?
Is it the Norwegian Ridgeback? Okay.
These are black Norwegian.
Would I actually know that, or 'cause I was a barbarian?
Yeah, but you were a pirate.
That's what I'm wondering, if he's a pirate, if
Right.
there's any kind of advantage.
So you probably would have some knowledge in any sort of black market dealings. So it would be. Is there a Streetwise still?
Not that I'm aware
No, there's no streetwise.
There's sleight of hand, or intelligence, wisdom.
History.
of. How about I make a history check to see if I remember anything?
Yeah, go ahead.
History.
I'd like to learn more about these eggs.
I guess it would be investigation.
Do you want me to invest? Oh, the roll's the same.
Yeah.
14.
So 14. You've never dealt in black dragon eggs before, or any dragon egg for that matter.
Okay.
I say,
How heavy are they?
Do you want? You try and pick one up. They're roughly about 150 pounds. Yep, they're like I said, they're pretty hefty.
And do you know? Does Akio know? How long did they take to hatch? What does it take to hatch them? Like,
I mean, it really not with the nature check he got. He doesn't really have that kind of knowledge.
17?
Yeah.
Oh.
And definitively, they're black dragon eggs, not like little wingling dragons.
Yeah. As far as you know, they're just black dragon eggs. I mean, obviously, the goal here was to hatch dragons specifically, not any sort of like drakes or wyverns or anything.
Black dragons are bad. We should destroy these.
do you know how to destroy them? If there's any special.
I believe acid, since I have an acid vial. That might be the thing.
They spit acid. I know that. Well, maybe my character doesn't.
Go ahead and give me a quick nature check.
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
do nature check.
I feel like acid is also their weakness. I could be wrong.
Or no. Ari does not know anything about black dragons.
6 plus.
Maybe it's acid. Maybe it was water.
They spit acid.
I don't know that acid would do much. They spit acid. It doesn't.
We should. I agree that we should try to destroy them.
Can we just, Lunera?
Let's just light the whole place on fire.
Lunera, you're from hell. Can we stab them and they go back to hell? One of the hells. There's 9 of them.
Let's see what happens. I say, Thornock, see if you can take these eggs out with your sword.
Perhaps we can have a dragon omelet. What damage experience?
Ooh, dragon omelet. Yep, yes, exactly.
Or we just light the whole place on fire.
It's not a good idea, Thornot.
Why not?
Considering it's a stone cave.
And heat, kind
I
of.
was saying you
Did you
should.
watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah, don't like dragon eggs.
Fire hatches them.
Exactly.
Wait, does anybody know an ice spell? Oh wait, I do.
So you're gonna ice spike them?
Can I ice knife these things?
Eggs?
If that, what do you want to do? What do you want to try?
Let's ice knife.
Okay, everybody stands
If
back.
he does it, I want to put my hand on his shoulder and says, "You can do this," and cast my inspiration die. 1d6.
Alrighty.
Use that power.
So it's
After 10 minutes, it goes away.
plus 5 to hit,
And make sure.
and it is.
Yes,
I think it's just 1.
I won't even make you roll.
Okay.
So you stab into the first one, because obviously these things are easy to hit when you're aiming.
Yep.
And it slams in, and then it just like explodes in ice shards and takes out all 3 of them.
Nice.
Inside you see the mostly developed black dragon whelp, and it kind of is just laying in its own filth as it's got an ice knife through it now.
Oh, not so bad.
Do they have
Don't feel
formed
bad, they're
scales at
evil.
all?
Look, it's a baby. were going to
Very
50
underdeveloped scales, so they're not going to be worth anything for you.
I killed a
You
baby.
did kill a baby.
Does it have any of like the skin that I could like
Yeah, like it's very.
cool spellbook out of
Okay.
black dragon skin?
Okay, we killed some dragon eggs. This is good.
Baby black dragon.
I feel terrible.
So this continues on this way.
Nope.
No, it's done.
This
We're
is
done.
this is the end.
So there's no
this.
other. There's no. There were just 3. That was the whole clutch.
Yep.
All right.
Is there any
Do we get any
acid in that egg?
Yeah, there does appear to be a little bit of acid in the egg.
They developed
Do we get any
acid.
experience for killing babies?
Do you
That's
get
terrible,
experience?
I will.
Yes, yes, you do actually.
For killing dragons.
And I guess the rest of them. I'm planning on going back to Slob and talking to them.
Bressa?
I think we need to leave her alone. So there were no other unexplored branches in this.
Nope.
Right? We delved the.
We did it.
You got everything.
Nice.
How much XP did I get for
Okay.
killing those dragon eggs?
All right, so let's see. So everybody will get XP for that. That's that quest reward, basically. So everybody is going to get a total of, because you guys bargained with the spider.
Mine's looking this. Nope. Wrong button. So is there experience?
Yes, he's calculated.
Yeah, sure.
You all get 530 experience points.
5, 3, 0. 5. Level 4.
Guys, I'm level 4. What does that mean for Akia? Nothing?
Who knows?
Depends on
Awesome.
subclass feature and or
Say,
What was our original quest?
well, we gotta go back to.
to get
Leosin and Burdusk.
Right.
No, not Leosin.
Yeah,
Take-
it's Leosin.
No, I take back.
No,
So
it,
what's
It
his name?
is Onthar
Oh,
From
that's the paladin.
in Elturiel.
mhm.
Palladium.
He was who were you supposed to inform if you noticed that there were any movements from the
Did
cultists.
you say there's
And that was about 4 days ago.
There were movements.
Guys, where is Elturiel?
spider bargain?
Yeah, that was everybody who got it. You basically got the standard combat XP for that. I just added it into the total. Everybody
The
did.
total,
Yep.
okay, so the total has everything. Okay.
I'll give you 100 extra just because you were the one who figured it out that you could bargain with it.
Bargain.
Radigan. The world's most famous rat.
Right again.
All right, I say. Well done. I think it's probably past time that we head to Elturiel to tell Leosin what we've discovered.
Agreed.
Indeed. We probably want to put a sign letting people know that there's a crazy spider. Should they try and come in?
Danger,
Good idea.
spider.
Go out there and hammer a sign in the beware, large spider.
I'm looking around to try and see something to write with. There's a dead body still laying there. Some of their coagulated blood.
Uh-huh.
Spider.
You know, I could probably carve something.
Oh, by all means.
It's still covered in blood, but you just like turn it around and carve the other side of it. So it looks like there's a spider on both sides of it. People coming out of the cave are like, "Beware spider! What the heck is going on?"
I just killed the spider.
I just took care of that.
There's another one.
It's just
Okay.
to confuse them.
Let's,
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to Elturiel.
All right. So the party
Can we fast travel?
laden with loot.
Is there
Flight
like
path.
a flight path?
We already looted those kobolds, yeah?
You can't fast travel when monsters are nearby.
Right.
They're
And
dead.
there's always
Right.
monsters nearby. The kobolds didn't have anything on them. Yep.
Maybe we stop in Greenest and unload some of our
Yes. I have a lot of scimitars with fences.
or would we get better? Would there maybe
I can
there's
just
more
picture him. He's got like scabbard.
more stuff available
Scabbard,
in
they're all like big
Elturiel
old
to
hands.
save it?
So if you guys are following the road, Greenest is on the way to Elturiel.
Let's stop in green.
Let's stop at the general store. Is there a jeweler in town?
Did we get to do a long rest?
No, you have not taken a long rest as you guys are traveling along.
We've rested enough for the last.
So the question is, how is everybody doing? Are we are we done for the evening, or we keep going?
I'd like to at least get to Elterio and
Yeah.
talk to Leosin and
Yeah,
stuff,
okay.
if that's okay with people. It's 12:50, coming up on 1 o'clock.
Good.
I may turn into a pumpkin, but we can keep going.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
So it's a day's travel to get back to Greenest. When you guys actually leave the cave, it is dusk.
Okay.
Because your sleep schedule has been thrown off completely by the fact that you rested after 3 minutes of fighting. So you guys spend the evening traveling through. You stop by at that farmhouse, and they let you sleep in the barn. No more on keg attacks, thankfully. Although there are still plenty of those fire beetles. They just kind of like wander around and add like a weird eerie glow to the
Go around and
fields.
stomp on them, see how many you can get experience.
Kill 100
Four.
experience point.
Fourth.
We're gonna have to kill
Okay. And on to Greenest, and I mean, what do you guys need to do in town? Sell
I need to sell stuff.
stuff?
I want to pick up some, or yeah, just sell mostly.
Can we just click on a button that says like vendor trash?
No, because you guys got to get everything appraised and all that.
Yeah, we gotta get stuff appraised.
Yeah.
Do you think? Well, that's
Greenest or the other town?
Yeah, I mean,
from my sense of them being destroyed, I assume they wouldn't be able to do much. They would,
There's going to be a few things that they might be able to buy, but most of the stuff is going to be most of their treasure was stolen by these guys, so it's like
right.
Why don't we just move on to Elturio? We'll pop in and say hi to the
I'll play a song or
Okay.
two when we pop in.
to the governor.
Yep.
To the, what's his
And
name?
you know the
Night
heroes of Greenest have returned.
yeah, you make it pretty early in the morning. There's just a couple guards that just kind of see you and they just kind of wave. They're pretty tired. It's been a long
I do want
trip
to
for them.
stop by Governor Nighthill.
Okay.
And say, just so you know, we went back to the camp, and we ended up killing. Do you recall the half dragon, the blue half dragon that had taken those prisoners?
Yeah, I remember he kind of whooped you but good.
He sure did. We were able to put it into him, mostly thanks to my half-orc friend and wizard companion here.
Wonderful.
I heard him.
Wonderful.
And as proof, we have his armor here, and you can see the scorch marks through the midriff.
There you go.
Impressive.
So the cult shouldn't be troubling you anymore. In fact, they were even trying to hatch some black dragon eggs, which we found and destroyed.
I must say that you guys have done a lot for this town and for the surrounding area too. Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed.
I really appreciate that.
Haven't had any further run-ins, I expect, from the local riffraff.
No, we haven't. I mean, there's a couple ruffians, but they're just, the usual kind of
Absolutely.
kids searching for trouble. Nothing we can't handle. Nothing we need to hire professional adventurers
Fair
for. Leosin actually left me a note here, a writ. He has provided horses for all of you for your journey.
Excellent. I was just about to ask if you had any sort of transportation to help us get to Elturio.
It seems like you monks think alike. He has everything prepared for you. All you have to do is just take the horses on up to Ontario. Just follow the road north. On horseback, it should take you no more than 6 days.
I say, Order of the Broken Spear, mount up.
Perfect. Transform and roll out, right?
Yeah.
So you all head out on horseback. Let's see. So,
That's 6 days at a normal, just standard pace.
yep, that's going to be 6 days at a normal pace. So what we need to do first, though, is I need everybody to spend rations for these 6 days.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I am.
And we should probably kind of like do my level up stuff.
Now,
In case we
I'm
run
gonna have to eat the
bandits on
horse.
road or something.
who is proficient in nature or survival? Survival, not nature.
I have a +2.
I have +3.
Thorn, how come so?
So you have to be proficient in it. So you have to have it checked off. So
I don't.
you have to have a little circle next to it.
Oh,
Thorn,
yeah.
Okay. Thornock is, Lunira is, Akio, I'm guessing that a wizard is not proficient in survival. Brom, no. So, Lunera and Thornock, each of you can roll me a survival check to see if you can hunt.
19, so automatic crit.
Well, that's on weapon attacks.
But
So,
even still, 21.
21. Okay, and Thornock, what'd you roll?
That's still good.
I rolled a 9.
A 9? It's like the lowest roll I've ever heard from you,
Whoa.
Reese. Wow.
Are you feeling okay? You changed the dice on.
7.
Thornock doesn't really have too much luck. He's more a fisher than a hunter, and there's no river in this area at least. But Lunera is actually able to hunt and provide 2 days of rations for everybody.
Oh,
See.
thank you.
Yep. So you only have to minus 4 instead of 6. But
Okay, I spent all my ration.
how you doing there?
Go 7.
How many rations do you have left?
Well, I don't know.
I have 0 rations.
0 rations.
So we did 3 in the. We did one. We did 1 and a third of a ration, and then
No, it went to a full ration.
a full ration.
So you've done 3 days worth of
We
rations
did
in the
3
cave.
already. So whatever. And mine I had 7.
I'm probably down to 1 ration. Oh no.
You said we
Before the trip? No, you would have already marked off your other
So
rations.
We did 4.
So how many rations did you have left?
Well, so let's see.
We've used 7 total with what you've done.
Also, Dallin,
Huh?
7 days worth of time spent on this puzzle ring. So 7 intelligence checks to add to your
So let's see.
solving.
I assume those are long rests.
It's just it's 1 hour per day that he can do that. He can spend an hour per day in, and then
But we get long rests.
I-
yes.
I
Intelligence.
think I am down to 1 ration.
Okay.
I think so. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, so it's that plus your intelligence, and then you just add that to your total.
Shit. I'm gonna bring my laptop next time. That way it's probably gonna be easier to keep track of that. For sure. Or tablet.
Oh, that was a good level for me. I just got +1 to hit, +1 to all my damage. 1 to initiative, +2 to my armor class. Nice. Another key point.
So another 70 on there. Okay.
Okay, I gotta add a couple of rations here. Okay.
Okay.
Any other incidents on the road?
Nope. You pass by a few other traveling merchants, but this road seems pretty well traveled. There doesn't seem to be any other issues that go on. El Turio itself is a large, orderly city that overlooks the river Conathar and is filled with merchants, river traders, and farmer markets. Its most distinguishing feature is a brilliant magical light that hovers above it, illuminating it day and night. This light is painful to the undead, as you guys are learning as Brahm is leading you in, I would assume. And is visible from almost every corner of El Turigard, of which El Turiel is the capital.
Can you show it to me on the map?
Yes, so then we'll go ahead and I'll actually bring it in here so that everyone can see it. So green is here, and you guys traveled up north all the way to El Turiel.
Okay.
Right there.
Oh, okay, right here.
Mhm.
What's Gornooble? We went past that, I assume.
I believe that's just an area.
Okay. El Turiel.
Yeah, the trail would have just taken you straight north. You probably wouldn't have gone through Baradusk,
Okay.
because that's the river, I think. Yeah, so you wouldn't have passed by Scornooble.
Okay.
All right, so let's see here.
Let's maybe go to the merchant district first and unload ourselves of our excess goods.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you head over to the. Let's see. sorry. Yep. So you head over to the merchant district. Who would like to go first on selling their loot?
Let's see. I will. Let's see. Okay. So first, I try and find a weapon master.
Okay.
Who would be interested in the fancy scabbards and scimitar
Okay.
that we have.
Let's see here.
Let me see. Appraisals.
We're just getting started on the fancy scabbards with scimitar.
Got two.
The scabbards are. They get appraised by somebody who's just like, okay, well, let me take a look at it. They're about 5 gold pieces each.
Okay. And for the scimitar?
The scimitar itself is, I mean, it's a pretty common scimitar, so it won't be worth too much because it's got to be, well, I got to sell it back at a profit, so. Let's see. Scimitar.
Have we talked to them about where we go?
About what?
The origins of these? We talked them up.
No, not at all. I just said, what do you give me for these?
So it's about 10 gold pieces is what they can give you per scimitar.
For a scimitar?
Yeah.
So 10 plus.
So 5 for the scabbard.
Yep.
And 10, so 15.
15 total. Mm-hmm.
It's a medium.
So if you
So I
have,
have two scimitars that I wanted to sell.
right, so yeah, so you can go ahead and sell any of your scimitars, any of your scabbards if you have them.
I'm gonna sell one.
Sell them both.
Do you have any scimitars or scabbards?
I have one scimitar and I'm not sure. I'll just say I also have one scabbard. I put scabbards, but I didn't put an actual number next to
Okay,
it.
1.
So yeah,
So 15
15
total.
gold total. My gosh, I need to also.
You need better management skills for your inventory, huh?
Yep, I really do.
And then
Can I see if a blacksmith can refine the greatsword that I took from old what's his blue face?
Like refine it, how?
I want it to be better than what I have.
So you're not going to be able to find anybody that can make a weapon better because
A
it's
magic item?
Yeah, exactly. That would be making it into a magic item. The greatsword that you have is pretty fine quality already. So
Then I'm just gonna sell it.
okay. So the greatsword will sell for. I should just keep the inventory stuff open because that's what we're doing right now. That will be about 10 gold pieces for that as well.
I want to look for like a jeweler
Okay.
and maybe see if they would have interest in our bone and our dragon talismans. Page 24.8.
24.8. A jeweler would not be interested.
I also wanted to sell some studded leather real quick, sorry.
I guess it would be more of a not a religious thing.
It would be, you could find it, you could go searching for a specialty shop. So roll me an investigate check. You said studded leather?
Yeah.
Bad investigate.
Studded leather would be
Akio here.
Didn't we have
7 gold pieces. It looks pretty worn.
Okay.
12.
12? Yeah, you find a place. You find like this little antiquity shop.
Okay.
And let's see. So you take it in. And what was that page again? 24.
24.8.
24.8. And you have which one?
I have bone and wood.
and mine's ivory.
Bone and
Be
wood.
the same questions.
All right, so the guy looks him over and he kind of shrugs and he says, "I mean, I don't really have much call for idols. I could probably give you about 10 gold each for 'em, or you can check and see if there's a collector that might want them in town."
Would you know where I might be able to look for it?
Usually, I mean, there's a few people that come in. I can give you a few names. You can try them out. But they're kind of the fancy sorts, so they might not take too kindly to, well, he kind of like vaguely gestures at your ears, and just your general half elfishness.
I'm an elf. Gotcha. Wood elf.
Oh, you are a full elf, aren't you? All right.
This is a jeweler, right?
I say, well.
No, this is an antiquities dealer. So.
That makes me mad. I want to like steal something from this guy right now.
So can I ask him over there? I have this box to see if he knows if he or anyone else he would know in town might be interested. It's the wood box with the pearl in it.
Ooh, that's actually really nice. I'd take that off your hands for about 15 gold.
15 gold. Can I insight check him? See if he's trying to swindle me. 15 plus 1, so 16.
16? No, I mean that
Pretty
seems
honest? Okay. Yep, it's a deal.
Okay, wonderful. And yep, so go ahead and remove and add. And he writes down a few names on a notepad and he says, "Here, you can try these people."
Say, thank you.
I have one of those talismans.
Yeah.
And then I have that gold sapphire ring I wanted to sell.
Okay, so you'll have to go back to the jeweler for that. The talisman, again, he just kind of says, "I can buy it off you for 10 gold, or you can try and talk up one of the collectors and see if that's something they would like."
Let's try the collectors.
Do you know anyone
We'll try the collectors
might be
first.
able to appraise jewels?
Yeah, jewelry shop. Just go down 2 streets, then right 1 street, then left another street, and then you want to go kind of circle back around, and it's in this weird like cul-de-sac area.
Oh, fair enough. So
Yeah.
whenever we're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
And no, I'm not drawing a map of the city, so don't ask.
Okay. Let's go. We'll go to the jewelry shop.
Okay, so you head over to the jeweler shop. We're gonna go ahead and take a look here.
25.9.
Yes.
5.9.
And is
Masterfully cut gem.
so the masterfully cut gems. He kind of looks over those and he says, "Oh, these are pretty nice. I would say that I could give you about 80 gold per gem."
These could also
Done.
be useful
Sold.
in magic.
Ooh, you got 2 of those, huh?
Hey, Akio,
Yeah.
didn't you mention a spell once that required a gem? Wondering if I might need to hang on to
It
my
needs to be a diamond.
diamond
I have diamonds.
for chromatic ore.
Akio.
Mm-hmm.
Akio. He has diamonds.
Do you want diamonds?
We need a chromatic ore, which requires a diamond. Yes.
Okay.
So he has diamonds.
So you
Perhaps
have-
you might be able to trade yours.
I don't have much to trade, to be honest.
You have a masterfully cut gem
Yes, you do.
worth 80 gold.
Take this gem.
Okay.
Can I get a diamond worth 50 gold?
Yes, and he hands you a diamond worth 50 gold and takes the gem off of
For
you.
80 gold.
Worth it.
It's a nice diamond.
It's about time.
It will come to use later.
Is there anything else that you want me to look at and
These
appraise?
pearls. I have these pearls. What can you tell me about these pearls?
Okay. He kind of takes a look at him and goes, "These are fair quality. A little, common, but not too bad. I could give you 185 gold."
Okay. And can I insight check this sucker?
Sure.
Anyone I talk to about things are gonna be swindling me. 17 plus, especially since gold is so precious to me. 17 insight plus 1, so 18.
Yeah, he's definitely lowballing you.
He's lowballing it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, the fellow up the street gave me a much higher number. Are you to tell me that he's a better appraiser than you are? I was told that you were the best at what you did.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Natural freaking 20.
Nice.
Plus 6.
I assure you, I am the best jeweler in this entire market.
Well, but perhaps you need to take a look again.
Perhaps I do. And he snatches the pearls out, and he actually pulls out like the jeweler's lens and everything, and looks him over.
What can you tell me about these?
I could provide you with 300 gold pieces.
Is there anything magical about these, or are they simply pearls?
They are very common pearls.
300 gold pieces. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Should I need to sell them, I will let you know. Thank you.
Anything else that I can
You
appraise for
truly
you?
are the best at what you do, and I will anyone I meet on the street, I will send your way.
Thank you.
That's all I've got except for these talismans.
Nobody's got any other jewelry or anything?
No.
I had some jewelry that I wanted to sell.
What was it that you have?
A pouch of gems.
What
Page
page?
22.5.
22.5. Let's see. Let's see. So it looks like there's about 6 ornamental gems in here that I could give you 8 gold apiece for. And then there's, wow, look at these. These are interesting. These 8 right here, I can give you about 40 gold for each. So let me pull out my trusty abacus here.
Yeah, just give me a total, man.
Does that sound as he's moving around? This is an
Okay, 3.
electronic abacus.
And he sweeps the gems away and he hands you a sack of gold, 386 or 68 gold, 368 gold.
Sounds good.
Okay. Let's go. I'll take this list of names and
Okay.
and I ask him where can I find these people?
So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head to the inner district. It's and he writes a few like addresses down on them.
I say, and by the way, I don't suppose you would know a man, he's a paladin, named Ontharr Froom?
I'm afraid we don't get too many paladins in the market district.
As I thought, where could we find the nearest cathedral? Is there one in town?
There is a cathedral to. Let's see, who would there be a cathedral to in this town? It would be. There is a cathedral to Helm. If you want to head to the east side of the city.
Okay. Maybe we'll go there.
There's a few other shrines to other deities if you're looking to search.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's follow the directions to these potential collectors.
Okay. Have a wonderful day, he says as you leave, and he kind of starts going over
Until
the
next
gems
time,
again.
my friend. And I make.
That was everything, right, Thornock? You didn't have anything else?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. Alrighty, so you guys head over to the kind of this inner district. As soon as you cross over, there seems to be like the river that divides the market district with this inner district, and you cross over, and everything just gets a lot fancier, you know. And you're kind of moving along, and you try a few of these houses. Most of them won't even let you in. They take one look at the party that you're with, and they just go, "I'm sorry, my master is not in at this time," and the butlers close the door. There is one, however, that a gentleman opens it up, and he's kind of got this wild white hair, and he appears to be wearing his bedclothes, and he looks at you all, and he goes, "What have I done now?"
I chuckle and I say, "You have nothing to fear from us, kind sir.
Thank the
Simply
gods.
a band of adventurers. We were given your name as someone who's potentially interested in, shall we say, collector's items."
I see. Come in. And he kind of opens up the doors a little bit more, and he leads you into this fair, and he points off to the left, and he goes, "My waiting room is in there. Sorry, I'm not dressed quite yet."
Okay. Wait.
And he goes off, and he kind of shuffles upstairs, The room, I mean, it's a nice place. You can tell that there's a lot of like really weird stuff on the wall. Yeah, I think we're just about done after we do shopping here. And like there's just a lot of weird, like there's masks that don't make any sense. There's a lot of like books that have weird titles, like The Werewolf and His Mummy. And things like that. And as you guys are looking through this, he comes back downstairs and he's wearing a shirt, but it is a very thin cloth. Like it's very see-through. Like, and he's got regular pants on, but it's got these like really broad shoulders, and he comes in and he kind of rubs his hands together and he goes, "I would love to see what you've brought me." And he kind of moves a bunch of junk off of this table, kind of sweeps a few things that look like they're semi-precious and just onto the floor. And he just kind of kneels down in front of it and he taps it.
I say, have you heard of the cult of the dragon?
I mean, yes, I've heard of plenty of cults.
Have you heard of the recent attack on Greenest, which is a few days' ride from here?
I'm afraid I don't really care much for farming town news.
Say there was a cult dedicated to Tiamat. I'm sure you've heard of her.
Yes.
And they had, and I pull out my talismans and I say, when we were able to put a stop to their, even though it's not quite true yet, put a stop to their attempts at summoning her, and found, among other things, these talismans.
Okay. He probably heard up until these talismans the first time when you pulled them out, and then as you're talking, he's just kind of examining each of them, turning them over in his hand. So these are, I mean, they're cobalt craftsmanship, but they're very fine craftsmanship. I mean, are you looking to sell them, or are you just looking to appraise them?
A little bit of both.
Perhaps both.
Okay. I mean, I can appraise them here for you. I mean, I do have to charge for that just because, well, I mean, nothing is free, isn't it? You know what that's like, don't you, Nicole?
What would you be willing to pay for them?
That would be my appraisal, and the fee for that would be 10 gold.
And so you're not interested in just buying them outright?
I would be interested in purchasing them, but I still need to appraise them before that.
So be it. 10 gold just once or for each?
Once. We'll do fine for each. I mean, they are quite the collection
I'll throw
together.
in 5.
Okay, so 5 and 5. So this bone one is probably going to be the weakest one to sell. It will only be worth a max of 50 gold for you. As for the soapstone, that one should fetch a little bit more of a price. It's a rare material for the parts. So 60 gold, say. And that wood one is about 70 gold.
Okay.
Yes, that's finer craftsmanship. Oh, the ivory one. You've got 100 gold ivory statue right there.
Inside check coming in.
Sure.
I'm good selling it.
13.
What was that, Thornock?
I'm good selling it, giving him 60 gold.
Gotcha. Just wanted to remind you.
Just a moment, my tall and brutish friend. You said 13? Yeah, this guy's eccentric, but he doesn't look to be like trying to make any profit off this.
So go ahead and answer this question.
I mean, if you would like, I would be more than happy to buy that off of you, my friend.
Orc friend.
And he sits there for a moment and he just stares at you, and then he goes, "Ah, yes," and then he pulls out 60 gold coins, just kind of like, actually he pulls out 6 platinum pieces, and he sets them in front of the idol, and then kind of slides the idol back towards himself.
Cool.
Do these have any magical properties, or are they simply trinkets?
They're simply trinkets.
Do you know anything of their use? Or is it
They're mostly used to create a makeshift shrine to the individual deity.
Does he pay me in platinum?
Yes, sir. So you're selling yours as well? Yes, he pays you in platinum.
Okay.
I'll sell mine as well.
Okay, he'll pay you 10 platinum pieces.
Lighter on the weight.
It's also a sign of like wealth,
Yeah.
right? Is that I can afford to have my money in platinum pieces.
Yeah.
Basically, it's 10 copper for a silver, 10 silver for a gold, 10 gold for a platinum.
Okay.
And then you have electrum pieces. Or something.
Which is like 5, yeah, 5 gold
I need the
equals 1.
player's handbook for sure. Just like a mini one.
Is there anything else that you might have that I could be interested in? I see that ring you're wearing, friend, is very. I believe that he passed out on the couch there. Well,
Fuck you.
obviously, everything is. Everything could have a price. If you want to bring anything else to me, I could take a look at it.
Yes, indeed. We will definitely. And is this the best place to find you?
Yes, it's here or the Black Antler.
The Black Antler.
Is it? That's what it's called. Let me just double check that name.
The blend one.
The Blantler.
And what was this guy's name again?
Yeah, I say you seem to be a man who prides himself in knowing things.
Sorry, the tavern is called A Pair of Black Antlers.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
I say you seem to be someone who prides himself in knowing things.
I am.
Suppose you would happen to know a man in town by the name of Ontharr Froom.
Are you looking for Froom?
We are, in fact.
He's a wonderful drinking buddy, for sure. I believe he's staying at the same tavern.
Oh,
Yes.
a pair of black antlers.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Could you give us directions?
Yes, and he instead of like giving you directions, he pulls out like a map. Like he opens up a drawer and there seems to be just like a bunch of maps in there, and he pulls one out and he unrolls it and he just draws you like a line through the city. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
And he does write, "You are here."
And how would you prefer to be referred to? What is your title?
Just call me Morris.
Morris.
Yes. I need to write that down myself.
Morris.
He didn't wake up when I kicked him.
Yeah. He's out.
Alrighty.
Hope he's gonna be okay.
As we're walking, and I know we're wrapping up here.
Mm-hmm.
As we're walking over to the pair of antlers, I say to everyone, I kind of wanted him to be part of this conversation, but I'm sure he'd probably be amenable to whatever. I say, well, friends, that's quite the accomplishment that we just pulled off. Quite the adventure we've had so far.
Yes, indeed.
I say, I think it's time we name this ragtag group that we seem to have formed here. I was thinking the Order of the Broken Spear might be in order, considering the spears we seem to keep breaking.
Track record is impeccable when it comes to breaking spears.
I say, if we're all in agreement, there's one other matter I thought we'd discuss. If we're going to be a group, a party, what have you, an order, I suppose, perhaps it would make sense for us to collect any accoutrement we find in our adventures, and then perhaps share the reward equally amongst ourselves.
Yes, indeed.
For any treasures or loot or what have you that we find. I think it would make sense. What do you think?
Agreed.
I think it's amenable. What do you think, Thornock?
Is that half work for yes or half work for don't touch my stuff?
It's like, not pleased.
Grudging assent or just grudging?
Just mostly begrudging. Hey, side note, I want a bag of holdings.
Okay.
Where do I get one of those?
So we can go searching for that next time.
Yeah.
I think we should wrap it up here tonight.
Sounds good.
Down sleeping on the couch.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, next time we will continue to Ontharr Froom and A Pair of Black Antlers.
You gotta make sure you level up.
Yes.
So we're okay to play Monday? That's only
Yep.
a few days out.
Mm-hmm.
So
We can all
go
just
back
meet
on
Monday.
the regular
Hey, Dallin.
scheduled program.
D-Dog.
Hey, Don.
See, that far out?
Dallin?
Okay.
Hey.
You okay to play next Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just had a conversation where we decided that going forward, we're going to maybe collect our loot together, and then when we sell it, sort of split the proceeds evenly. If that's okay with you.
Share pounds eventually make a place in a bank or something.
Yeah.
Holding. A bag of holding.
A bank of holding.
A bank of holding.
Maybe I can get it.
That is definitely the name of the bank in this town. Is the bank of holding. Yep.
And
Okay, I'm gonna go to bed, you guys.
All right, Reese. Good night. See ya.
We're making our way right now to the inn/tavern where this paladin is staying.
Apparently, he's a drinker too.
Yeah.
So,
Yippee!
Yippee!
yes, you sound very
Alrighty.
excited.
I only have 14 to my drinking ability now.
And Ontharf room is the other guy. Alright.
So, here, Talon, are you okay to drive, or do you want to crash?
No,
a
I'm
little
good.
bit on the couch.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm just tired.
100% positive.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure you're safe.
Yeah.
Good thing I brought my.
I'm just tired.
Roll me a breathalyzer check.
Let's see. Natural 20, I bet. 6.
6.
You
Okay.
have a plus charisma bonus. Constitution bonus.
If I offer him donuts, do I get an advantage?
Plus 2. No, it's just been a long week.
Yeah.
Long couple of days for me.
Moving into a new place. Yeah, it sounds rough.
Fun but rough.
Yeah.
Thanks for the snacks, Colby, and hosting us.
Thank
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining the stream. I know no one's in there, but peace.
See ya, everybody who watches this later. I'm watching you too.
Yes, yes, indeed. Like, follow, subscribe.